to say is, drizzle, drizzle.
If that water wet, it's got gators in it.
Oh, yeah? Well, me and the Lord, we got an understanding. We're on a mission from God.
They shouldn't have given you Ashy Blokes YouTube.
Good evening, your time now is 10:52. I'm...
Cursed be the ground, for our sake. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for us. For out of the ground we were taken, for the dust we are. And to the dust we shall return.
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
What's going on, good people? I'll drop the link in a minute so we can have a discussion. And I love Dr. L, and I understand his perspective. I want to say, brother, respectively, okay, the world don't run on should. The world does not run on should, okay? The feminists have been pushing this boss girl shit and this breadwinner thing stuff for a very long time. And if you read the books, as I had since 2013, okay, when I first started reading on this crap, okay, it's not the men that have the issue with it; it's the women that have issues with it. I just had a man in my comment section a week ago talking about the higher earning women in Washington, D.C. that don't get married and don't have a mate. It's because they're looking for a higher earning man than they are. Okay? Women do not want supportive men. They don't, especially high earning, high status women. They don't want a supportive man. So you can't have 65% of women with degrees and wanted to be high status, and they want to be aggressive and all that kind of stuff, and you don't have enough men on the other side. And guess what? The men on the other side don't want the high status, aggressive, non-supportive women. Why would a high status? Why would somebody, Dr. Dunbar, want a non-supportive woman? What good is she to him? People forget, okay, there's two sides to this coin, okay? You can't have two go-getters that work in 70 hours a week and expect to have a family life. It's exactly what the leading feminists were saying back, almost 20 years ago. Hannah Rosen said the exact same thing. Yeah, well, the thing is I understand it, but I understand Dr. L's, but what I do not like, and this pisses me off to the highest festivity. You want these aggressive, kick-ass, go-getter men, but your boys only read at your boys only 10% of your black boys can actually read at level. How are you gonna get them kick-ass people? If you don't have kick-ass boys, you're not gonna get kick-ass men. Oh, they're supposed to come out and teach women how to be women and how to be wives. Men teaching a woman how to be a wife that's not his fucking job. That's her mother's job. That's not his job. She can't teach you how to be a husband. That's the father's job. And we failed because we try to turn women into men. That's what the feminists try to do. We want them to become men. But guess what? They're lousy men. That's what they're finding out. These women trying to be men, they're lousy at it. And they're complaining like the men are supposed to do something to correct the fucking problem. It's not the men's fault. Okay, these are the men that you design for these women. Okay, and you design these men to learn how to cook, clean, take care of babies, all this kind of crap, and be supportive, right? And they get out. Guess what? The women don't want them, and now they're stuck. You spent 20 years training them how to be one way, and now they're stuck because they don't know how. It runs on McRib. What happens when you run out of pork? What happens if you don't? If there's no McRib if you don't raise the hogs. If you don't raise the hogs, there's no money, no meat for the McRib. They want this experiment, and the thing is, the elite women ran this experiment to give the average women shit that they don't want. They don't want this shit. You know, Dr. Els, I'll pull it up because he played this video, right, about this guy talking to his wife in the car, and she wants to go back to work, and they got kids, they got a house. He's probably working 65, 70 hours a week to support the family, okay, and take care of all, because you want 100%er. You want 100%er. Take care of all the bills and take all the needs. All you got to do is stay home and do what you do. When all of a sudden you want something for yourself. All of a sudden in the middle of the stream, okay, we've been doing this for 10, 12 years, okay, and it's been rolling and we've been working hard to get there. And all of a sudden now you're not happy. I want to change everything. Bullshit. You got to come to me. You got to, to me, okay, how is you changing shit gonna benefit me? And he called it selfish because it is selfish. How's that going to benefit me and the kids? How about this? Why don't you work 70 hours a week and you bring home the money and I stay home with the kids? Most women, 90% of your women don't like that shit. They don't want a man at home. Because she doesn't know. You know why she doesn't know? Is because she heard this on YouTube. She's heard this on TikTok. And she heard it from her friend group. You need something for yourself, okay? If you can't articulate what you want for yourself, then you need to go back. You need to go back to the drawing board and find out what that is, and whether that's going to fit into our lifestyle. Because if you're not at home, I can't go to work 70, 75 hours a week, and you're not going to be at home. It doesn't work that way. Something has to change. That's what he's trying to tell her. I don't want to hear that shit. Everything's running fine. We worked hard to get everything running fine. Now you want to change some shit, but you don't have an explanation behind that shit. At this point, I don't give a fuck what you want. Because I don't want to be working these 70, 80 hours a week either. I didn't ask for this, but this is what I got to do. I'll dial back to Dr. L's video because he played it, man. He was upset about it, but I understand what the guy was saying. Now I was trying to tell him at the time, okay, she's not articulating what more she wants. Because she's not telling him anything. I want something for myself. What is it that you want for you? He asked her like 10 times, what do you want for yourself? And she couldn't explain, and she got quiet because she doesn't know. But you want to blow up our whole family because you want to go fucking explore. It don't work that way. Because I'm not happy. Bounce. You're not happy? Bounce. Leave the kids, leave the money. You can go find yourself, okay? You can't do it on my fucking dime. See if I can find Dr. L's. And I'll drop the link for you guys. I understand, I understand, but the thing is, stop listening to these chicks, man. It's got to make sense. Okay, y'all have to stop listening to these broads, man. Just because she wants something doesn't mean she can get it. Just because I want something doesn't mean I can get it. Just because I want something doesn't mean that I can get it. Okay. Most guys, I would say most guys, they don't want to put in 80 hours a week. 'Cause I remember my best friend, man, he's driving trucks. He's working 12 hours a day, man. He was putting in 63, 64 hours a week. Okay. And his wife was still fucking complaining. Still fucking complaining that he wasn't doing enough around the house and shit like that, man. And you said, I'm saying, why don't you let her stay home? Or let you go out and earn the money. Here are the bills. Here's the amount of money that we need. You go out and earn it, and I'll stay home. And see how you like it. I'll see if I can find it. And I will drop the link for you guys. I think this is the one. Let's see. All right. Man, you know what? At some point we have to stop listening to these broads, man. At some point you got to stop listening to these chicks. Because if the shit doesn't work, like I said, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, right? If the shit doesn't work, then for everybody, if we okay, I'm 6 feet tall, I'm 5'10", 5'11", okay, and I want to go down and work the post. I want to go down amongst these 6'10" players, these 7-foot players, and I want to play center because I think I'm a big guy. I want to prove that I can bang on the inside. The coach will say, "You get your little scrawny ass back out there on that 3-point line where you're supposed to be, because that's what makes the team work. Otherwise, why are you married?" Dr. Goodbar, what's going on?
Master Teacher, how you doing?
You good?
You sound a little fired up. My brother said BGS sounds a little fired up tonight.
You know what? The thing is, I understand, and sometimes me and Dr. Els will disagree. Okay.
Yeah.
And we hold on a second, y'all. All right. Yeah, I understand I understand what they're saying, okay, about women should have a certain amount of freedom. But the thing is, it's got to be freedom within the structure of the marriage. You can't just do what the hell you want to do because you're not happy.
No. Well, you know what, Master Teacher, I'll be brief because I know you want to show Dr. L's video. I'll hang on for a little bit. But a couple things.
You can stay up here if you want to, man. It's no rush.
Okay. Well, a couple things. Just this morning, my father asked me, so are you going to have kids? I
mean, you can, but the thing is, how long do you think you're going to live? Because you got, at a certain age, you got to say, am I going to live to see this kid grow up? And you got to factor that in. Go ahead.
I'm going somewhere with this. So his cousin, a couple of months ago, over dinner, she asked me, "Are you okay with someone who makes more?" Okay. And afterwards, I thought about it, and I said that was the wrong question.
Mm-hmm.
The right question is, would a woman who makes more be okay with me?
And you live in a city that gives credence to what you just said.
Yes, and so that's kind of the missing link there. Is that I don't know who the gentleman was that you were talking to, but yes, DC is crawling with career women who don't offer anything else besides being career women.
Yes.
They don't have any wife skills. They don't have any home skills. They've got their degrees, but so what?
They got a degree in a job. They're a man.
Now, I did finish The Richer Sex. I hope to talk to you about it in depth. No.
I haven't read it I haven't read the book since it was published. I think I read it in 2013 and 2014.
2013. Yeah. Well, one of the things I noticed as I was finishing the book was that Liza Mundy, she was talking in this hopeful,
yes, yeah,
women are going to have to accept
supportive men.
The women are going to have to be okay being the breadwinners.
Yes, women
are going to have to be accepting of stay-at-home dads. They're going to have to accept the inversion of the genders.
Yes.
So this was in 2013, but it was a very, very hopeful, this will work out for good for everybody type of tone.
And guess who were the best at it? Even in her book.
Who was that?
Black men were the best at it because we're trained to do it.
Okay.
You had 3 examples of stay-at-home husbands that took care of the kids, took care of the house, and ran the house. And actually ran the house better than the woman did, right? Okay, they were all black.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
It's in the book. I mean, she gave 3 examples of black women that were breadwinners and had stay-at-home husbands, and they were all, and they were all black. The white women did not like that, but the black men, but the black people did.
Okay. I'll have to go back and look for that.
Yeah.
But it just I watched part of Dr. L's stream earlier. And I did see. I mean, Mundy said it in her book. High earning men, they're not interested in female equivalents of themselves. They're just not. They're not interested here. They're not interested in Asia. They're not men are not interested in that. So
I mean, you look at Elon Musk, right? Why did he get divorced 3 times? It's because it's exactly what that wife said, right? I want something for myself. Why should want to go out and do what you do, right? And he told him that's not what I need. He cut him a check. Okay, all right, your service is no longer needed. Because you're not giving me what I need. Okay, if you want to do that, you can go do that, but you can't do that with me because you're not fulfilling the role I need.
Yeah. So I mean, they've just the whole entire thing has been mixed up.
So when the young lady asked you that, what was your reply about? Are you comfortable with women earning more?
Well, that was my cousin. That was my cousin.
That
was one of my dad's first cousins.
It was female or female?
I don't think they know what's going on. I think they're looking at it as
was it a male or female?
It was a female.
Okay. Was she married?
She is, but she's married to a beta.
Okay.
I mean,
it works. So
she admitted to me that she threw him out 3 to 4 times, and he's come back each time.
You know why he's come back?
Why?
It's because she needs him to be a beta.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure he could find anybody else himself.
He couldn't. It's because the dynamic. Why she accept him back 4 times?
I think there's a control thing there.
There's a control thing. But thing is, in other words, she went out there and guess what? She tried to replace him with her version of the guy that she wants. Okay, but the shit don't work.
No.
And I see this all the time. What your cousin did, I see this all the time. You throw the beta guy out or the homosexual out. Guess what? You circle back and come back and get him. I know. I probably know too goddamn much. That's probably my problem. Okay, I've seen too much. Okay, I know guys that have a circuit of 3 or 4 women, okay, and he's a homosexual, okay, of 3 or 4 women that will take this guy for 6 months to a year at a time, and they'll put him out, and sometimes they even call the next woman, hey, you know what? I just put his ass out. Come get him. And she'll have been a year and a half, or 2 years without him, and she's getting lonely, and she can't find nobody. She'll come get him, and a cycle will repeat. And he has a circle of like 3 or 4 women. He just circulates between those 3 or 4 women. Okay? Don't have a regular job, really don't have no money. He's taking care of about 3 or 4 women. It's because the dynamic works. Well, go ahead.
No. But to answer your question, that's who she is. And so I think that she was a pro Kamala Harris, get the first Black woman in there, type of person. So I think for that cohort, I mean, because there are some of your peers can see, like you and Black Guru, you guys can see what's going on, but there are others in your peer group who are looking and saying, okay, well, why isn't this working out the way that it did for our group?
It's not designed to work that way. They designed it. They designed the system to work this way, and guess who's unhappy with the system working this way?
The women.
The women are unhappy with it. Okay, the women are unhappy with it. Now, did your cousin date other people besides the beta dude?
Yeah. I don't know everything, but I
mean,
know.
Tell me what you know. Tell me what you know.
I know.
Women do talk. Okay, they run their mouths. So what did she say about dating other guys or guys? Number one, what kind of guy does she really want?
Okay.
As much as you know.
What I can tell you, we've had limited conversations. But she did tell me that her current husband, she did throw him out a couple of times. Okay. And I know she did try some other things. I don't know if her personality was that off-putting to those other men she was seeing.
Okay.
But I do know she has that alpha female masculine energy type of thing. And that did stand out to me that last time we all got together was, would you be okay? Would you be okay with a woman who made more money than you? So in other words, would you be okay taking the subservient role? Would you be okay with that? Because there are so many more high earning women today.
Yeah, there are. And the thing is, and I think there are guys that were willing to take it, because it makes sense. Okay. But is she okay with the guy that she gets? Because she has one.
That's the right question, right there.
You has one. You have a guy that's okay with it. But thing is, what do you want? Because evidently, what you want and what works for you are two different things. Because you threw the guy out 3 or 4 times, and he keeps circling back with him. I'm sure he's not circling back on you. You have to go get him. So why you keep going back to collecting this guy and bringing him back into your house? Because he don't have the power to go get you. Okay, if you move on and you're a higher breadwinner, there's nothing he can give you. He can't come get you. You have to go get him.
Dr. Dunbar, you live in the DMV, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I went to Mount Vernon High School in Alexandria.
Okay.
I like when I hear this conversation from people from the DMV, I have a hard time connecting because how I grew up. Like, my stepmom, she went to Howard. My new stepmom, she's a Delta. My mom, master's degree, and it's like being a Black guy in your 40s, 50s, halfway healthy with a skill and a bachelor's or associate's. It's like all you have to do is play your part, whatever the women need in that moment. For the most part, when dealing with women with bachelor's and master's degree. Just playing your part.
You have to
They
play
all
your
know they're sharing.
you have to play your part according to what she wants.
Yes, yes. And it's like I don't see the pressure for guys if they understand the game.
It
But
has
I understand,
it,
my grandma was a renegade, BGS, and my dad, gigolo.
mm-hmm.
So my mindset isn't wired the same. So I just
If your dad was your dad was out there, it's all the same shit. Okay.
yeah, it's the same.
In other words, if that woman's willing to accept that guy, there ain't no problem, is
Hmm.
there?
There's no problem.
What's the biggest deal? Is that is okay? Okay, say you got say that okay, you're married, you got a couple kids, right? Okay,
Two.
you got two, right? Okay, say your kids and eight, they're young right now. Say they're 8, 9, and 10, and everything is rolling fine. All of a sudden, she says she want to actually start taking on 40 more hours of study, and she's gonna be away from home.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to articulate. Well, you already knew because you knew what I did when she went
Yeah,
back to college.
yeah,
I sent her back to her daddy. It's like, oh, you're not handling the stuff that you usually handle, and well, I have this, and I was like, yeah, you're super focused on that. And you remember, I was trying to get her to go to college while I was working 80, 90 hours.
mm-hmm,
She wanted to go back to college right when I went back,
mm-hmm.
and then she wasn't being a benefit, and it's like she got mad because I had other females checking my papers, and it's like you're unavailable to my needs, and you're borderline a roommate, So passive aggressive behavior starts to happen, and you're like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
I'm not gonna wait. Hey, send you back to your daddy, tell him what the deal is, and that's what I did.
yeah. I mean,
But most guys don't have that mentality to do that.
But most guys do, believe it or not. They don't
Yeah.
put up with this shit. They send them back to their daddy. Okay, that's how come. If that was the case, then Dr. Dunbar's cousin could have found a whole bunch of dudes.
Oh yeah.
She could have found a whole bunch of dudes. How come she keeps circling back to the same guy? It's because that's the one guy that will accept her bullshit.
Yep. Yep. I accept my
Because
own.
most
My
guys, you
bullshit
put me
too.
out with the first time, I'm not coming back. Okay, why you keep coming back? Because it fits. And she has to go
Mhm.
back and get him, and she has to do more for him to get him back. I guarantee you.
Mhm.
No,
I
no,
think that's what guys.
I'm not
That's
gonna
what a
come back
lot of
with the
guys
same
don't know.
contract.
The woman deal that continues to deal with you is because you're willing to deal with the bullshit. Same
That's
for
how
both people.
that's how
Yeah,
come
what it
chicks
is.
go in and they get guys that were inmates, stuff like
Incarcerated.
that, man.
Yeah.
Incarcerated. There's a reason for that.
Yep.
Well, the thing is the degrees and the money, but thing is, okay, the reason these women aren't married is because the guys that want them, they don't want.
Yeah.
The guys who are willing to accept that boss babe stuff, they don't want.
Yeah.
And
And
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I've told this example to you before, but I was treated different because I grew up on Fort Belvoir. So we used to go to school during the summer, but they didn't
Mhm.
allow kids from Woodbridge in.
Okay.
So
I don't know what
it's
that
like
means.
I'm talking to Dr. Dunbar.
Okay.
Well, I told you about it. You say yeah because y'all are military brats and
Oh yeah, your military
y'all
grads,
street kids.
military
Yeah.
people are different. Yeah.
And so, Dr. Dunbar, if you take two women, one that's born in Alexandria, parents live in basically $1 million house, a girl from Woodbridge, both of them work, both of them go to school, get the same degree, but the woman from Woodbridge is working her ass off to be in Alexandria. Well, while the other girl just cruises through
Yeah,
Alexandria.
yeah, because
Who's
that's
gonna get picked? Which
it,
out
it,
of those two women,
it,
who are gonna get picked for the
it's
guy? The guy's
it's
gonna pick the one
it,
from Alexandria.
it's the whoever fits in the environment, grew up in the
Hmm.
environment, who they're
Yeah.
gonna pick because they're native to that environment. Okay,
Yes.
that's why class matters. Okay.
And that's the part that I'm saying they're missing from all these conversations. It's like, okay, they don't want to talk about the class. They say we make more money. We should be able just to simulate into. And what you're really saying is you think you're better than the people that you make more money than that you grew up with. You're not
And,
that really great of a
and
person.
Well,
go ahead, Dr. Dunbar.
Leon, what I'll say, one of the things I'm hearing is first of all, I'm not from the DMV. So
Yeah.
I am not of that culture. I'm a transplant.
Okay.
And I'm probably like oil in some ways. I'm salt of the earth.
You are salt of the earth.
So I, in some ways, I don't fit there, and
Mhm.
I haven't completely
Assimilated.
acclimated.
infiltrated the culture
Okay.
of DC. I might not be a good fit for it.
Well, I don't think you really want to acclimate to the completely into the integrate completely into the culture, because that's not you.
Yeah, well, at this point, I'm kind of over it at this point, and I'm thinking about where to go next.
Yeah, you're like you're in it but not of it.
Yeah, so that's one thing I'm hearing, Leon, is that you're from there, so you know, kind of like Rama's from there, you know, so I think that makes a bit of a difference.
And even being from there, okay, there's a difference between people, your kids on they're on Capitol Hill, okay, raised in those environments, and you, a kid in DC raised in the projects, okay. There's a difference.
Yeah, you might be right next to them, but right when you go to school, you got a little Honda Civic, and he's riding in a BMW
Oh yeah.
with the best clothes on. And
in high school, I had a girl stole it from me because I had a bus pass and he had a Mercedes. Okay,
yeah,
no contest.
Yeah, no contest. Same thing. Baylor football team ran a train on one of my things. I didn't want it back. I said,
and Mackie Samuels, you don't have to do it from the chat, man. That's how come I have the link in the chat. Okay, you want to do that? You can come up on the panel like everybody else. Mackie Samuels, this has been documented. That we have a whole series of videos on this book, on this phenomenon. Okay, the men are not fucking complaining about this. The men don't complain about boss women. Okay, they don't complain about that shit. Who's complaining? You can tell.
I think it comes off as complaining, because me and my mom talked about it, and she was like, "You're not like that because you don't care about that. You just care about what a woman's doing for you. You don't care what her money is, you know, all that, and you already have your mind made up on certain things." She's like, "But guys are like that." I'm just like, okay.
Who else said that?
Yeah, I don't hear guys say it. They're more worried about what they lose.
Kevin Ben saying it. Dr. Dunbar can say it. Kevin Ben saying that most of his career. Said the exact same thing. Dr. Dunbar, as long as you do, Dr. Dunbar earns enough money, right? As long as you fit his needs, okay, he'll accept you. He don't care what you make.
That's all it is.
I don't think Dr. Dunbar cares about are you educated enough to actually have a conversation with him? If you are, he'll accept you.
Yeah, if I wake up and like 5 times in a row and something's not done, I'm thinking like, did I forget to give you a kiss in the morning, or did I forget something? And if I didn't forget anything, and it's just you changing what you do and work habits, that's affecting how I wake up and how I go about my day.
The thing is, okay, that's how come men are men, all right? Okay, she gonna go up and down and sideways because that's what women do. Okay, she ain't the woman that you go to bed with at night is not gonna be the woman you wake up with in the morning. Okay, the woman that you left in the morning when you went to work is not gonna be the same one when you walk back in the door in the nighttime. She's gonna be different because
she's the woman I had kids
because doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I got 2 daughters. Okay, I had a woman that had kids, right? And she's smiling when you leave. When you come back, she got a frown on her fucking face. Why? Because that's what she felt like that day.
Yeah.
Well, one of the other things I'll add in here is that Leon, you know, that area is enriched with a lot of those Greek AKA types.
Oh yeah,
and who are seemingly perpetually single.
Yeah,
but Master Teacher, I think you covered this. The passport sisses are going over to Africa.
Yeah,
and so they're getting their needs met. They may not approve of the pool of men available to them. They may not be bred to be wives, but they have ways of getting their needs taken care of. That
they
off
go
the record.
They're going over there to find concubines. Okay,
right.
And a lot of your chicks in DC. That's a lot of chicks in DC. I can guarantee you, Dr. Dunbar got a 12 to 5 guy.
That's right. I agree.
Yes,
It's a
they
concubine.
do.
Come from Southeast. You know,
Yep.
They
going,
literally they
going to
deal with.
Alexandria and basically, okay, he comes at 11:30, he leaves at 5:30 with a juice box and a sandwich. Okay.
Mhm. Half the chicks are dating football little league coaches. Believe me, my dad's a coach and a ref for football.
Are they
They're
doing?
dating them guys.
Are
They
they
dating all
dating?
them guys.
Are they dating them openly or behind
Oh no,
people's back?
you know, behind people's back or just having fun. You know.
I get sick of the average guys, the so-called masculine guys in DC that are working class guys talk about I know I date this chick, that chick, this chick, that chick, and she got this job, she makes this much money. I said, okay. I say 2 tests, right? That's all you got to ask. Okay, have you met her best friends? No. So you haven't met her circle?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Your
Have you
concubine.
met her family? No.
Your concubine.
How do you guys go out regularly in public? No. Guess what you are, boss? And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm telling these guys, man, stop giving away free dick. That's
Yeah, because those
27 is gonna be
ladies,
my mantra. Stop giving away free dick because you're fucking up the game. Go ahead.
those ladies pay. They pay for my college classes, clothes,
Yeah.
just off my dad. They take care of guys. You just have to ask for it. Do clean. That's why I tell guys always just to get a skill. I don't care if it's like fixing anything on the house, water heater, HVAC, wood panel. Every woman in the DMV needs a wood panels fixed in her house. Get the
Mm-hmm.
skill.
Mm-hmm.
Get the skill. They'll be throwing you money left and right, sending you to their homegirls. You busting down the whole squad. You know when one gets mad at you. Usually the older lady.
But the thing is, I know this is actually an individualist culture. Okay.
Mm.
It's society. But thing is, no other country does it this way, man.
Mm-hmm.
If you need guys with skills, they start training these little boys from the time they're in elementary school with those skills. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because the only place we know the guy gets 30. Okay, now you got to go to school and find a skill. Okay. Backwards. Well, you got to learn how to train her to be a wife. That's not his fucking job to train her to be a wife. That Dr. Rose, that's what I disagree with him. Well, you got to tell her how to be a woman, how to be a wife. That's not your goddamn job.
No, they look at that as sexism.
It doesn't matter. I don't care what they look at it. It's not your goddamn job.
I
It's your
know.
mama's job.
Yeah.
Okay. Like your daughter, you can't teach your daughter to be a wife. Okay. That's your wife's job. If she doesn't do it, she's not going to be a good one.
Yeah.
My daughter's a good person. She's a lousy wife because my ex didn't teach her how to be a wife. That's why she's not married. She's good. She's a good person. She's smart. She's pretty. All that kind of stuff. She's a lousy ass wife. And little stuff that she does, no, she actually learned from my mother. Because my mother still has those skills. So so I understand. I understand Dr. L's frustration, but you can't start hollering at the guys that what they're supposed to do. That's not in the purview of their description. It's not your job to make a woman. It's your job to find one that's already there. If she ain't there, that's her mama's fault. What up, KMS? Long time no hear from.
How you doing, sir? How you doing?
Yeah.
VGS, I think you're being a little too hard. She just needs.
Okay, all right. VHS needs to calm down a bit.
No. I'm being facetious. No. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you.
Like, I'll play the video in a little bit. If because you work a lot, I'm assuming you work a lot. You put in a lot of hours, okay?
I do.
And if your wife is not there to pick up the slack that you left because you're not there, what do you need her for?
I'm replacing her.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say all that. Okay.
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, okay, you know, and you're an athlete, okay. Basically, if the coach says you're supposed to make this block or you're supposed to hit this shot or whatever you're supposed to do in that order, you don't do that because it's going to do sit your ass on the bench. Okay, I told you we need this from you.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, just to use the basketball or sports analogy.
Yeah.
I mean, next man up.
Next man up.
Yeah. I mean, because now a situation of just use the dynamic of coaching. Like for instance, like say me and you are on a team, right? And you're the coach on the player. If you draw up a play, and I run your play exactly how you want me to run it, and it's the bad play that's on you.
Yeah.
But if you draw up a play, and my decision is to shoot the ball from half court like an idiot, it's time for you to put another person in there.
You better hit that. If you shoot it from half court, you better hit it. If you hit it, I ain't got nothing to say. Okay.
just how I drew it up, right?
No, what I'm saying is, okay, you hit it. Okay. I don't like what you did, but guess what? It worked. Okay. I ain't got nothing to say. Okay. And if you miss, guess what's gonna happen? Come sit next to me.
Yeah. No. But I don't know what Dr. L's end game is. From a person that deals with those type of women and have those women in my family. Yeah. They're the type of man that they want. That dude can just that dude can get a wife. She's not a wife. She's a bad replicant of him. You know, I'm putting in absurd hours. Why do I need a person putting in absurd hours? I don't need a partner. I have business partners.
Yeah.
I don't need a partner when I get home.
There's a part that you have to remember that Dr. L works at a college, and y'all know the game, so you have to have some balance. So I didn't take it serious or bothered by it because I understand there are academics that you work alongside of. So that's how I look at it.
And guess who complains the most about being married? Academics.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to make this point, and I need to drop. I didn't see all of Dr. L's stream, but the part that I did see, I saw the wife and the husband, and he was citing a lot of papers. Dr. L was before that video of I think the number of women who were experiencing discomfort from being high earners and experiencing basically men not wanting to conform to whatever the new thing is. So it was men need to change. It just seems like it's gotten to a point where traditionally wifely duties are frowned upon. Why do I need to do that? Why can't we just get a housekeeper? Why can't we just get a nanny to do this?
Let me just speak to that real quick. So I'm the demographic these chicks are talking about. I see it insulting, as in all of a sudden what I want just needs to be just set aside. I don't care if I can get 8 housekeepers.
Right.
I don't care if I can have someone fold. I don't care. I don't care if I can have someone fold the toilet paper to wipe my behind with. The point of the matter is that I want that from you. And the thing about it is that I have to show up in all my faculties. I have to show up on team. But you can just show up. And then anything I get from you is on the job training at best because I have to threaten you with it. That, to me, that's a bad deal. And take away all the things they think of what a wife is. The whole fact of the matter is that I want it. I'm bringing what you want. Why aren't you bringing what I want? Why is what I want dismissed? Why do I have to be this captain of industry for a mid with an attitude?
And the thing is, and I know your demographic. I'm not gonna say what you make, but the thing is, your demographic. I have a whole bunch of guys just like that, right? Okay. If you wanted a nanny raising your kids, you could have your own nanny. You don't need her.
No. I'll be more ruthless about it because I'm already late to a flight. So my evening's already ended.
Okay.
My evening's already no. If you complain about a nanny, I'll just get the nanny. Then I'll fuck the nanny, and then I'll kick your ass out.
Yes.
And then the nanny can just raise my kids. The nanny can just become my wife.
And the nanny, the nanny's probably more tuned to what you're talking about because you're paying her.
And I think to deduce this down to the root, I think Dr. Els, if he's listening, is probably
he's right there. He's right there.
Oh,
he's right there.
Okay. Well, listen, sir, I'm not going to have a wife and then buy a wife because my wife don't want to do it. There's two people that like I told my wife. There ain't gonna be no woman in my house outside of my daughter and my mom. She needs to be there. That I ain't fucking. So you bringing these women in my house to do these wifely duties, I need to get rid of you, or I need to start a harem. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. It's egregious. The fact that I have to be this person, but anything that I want is an issue. I want a cheese sandwich. That's an issue. I want my house clean. That's an issue. But I have to have 4 streams of income. I gotta know Play-Doh. I gotta be 6'7", ripped, and DJ on the weekends, and love children. But but I want my house clean in a hot plate when I get home. That's an issue. That's oppressive. No, I need to get new one.
They walk the dogs and do the dog shit.
That is the contract that you signed.
Can I share one more thing before I leave?
Go ahead. No, please do.
And peace, Dr. L. You done set it off, man.
Because I'm tired of hearing this stuff, man.
Okay.
I have studied this stuff for 20 years. I started hearing this shit when I was engaged to my fiance in '87. Okay, '87.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna add really quickly that many of the mothers of the previous generation did this as well. BGS, you were outspoken in some of your content about Latin American moms intentionally giving their daughters the easy bake ovens and the dolls to play with.
Okay, I'll tell you a story. Is because she sells me lottery tickets at the liquor store, right? And she's younger. She's like half my age, right?
Yeah.
Just had a daughter, right? Okay. Daughter turned 1 year old. So what are you going to get your daughter for her first birthday? She said a tea set. I said, a tea set? Why a tea set? She has to learn how to dress the table at a year old.
Okay, so hold that right there. Just before COVID, I met someone. She was a little bit older. She had daughters. And she told me she was black. She told me she intentionally took the dolls and those types of toys away from her daughters. And put the books in their hands instead.
Okay.
Because she did not want her daughters to grow up to be
a wife,
girly and wives.
Yeah.
She wanted them to enter the workforce.
Okay.
But she was surprised. This was so stupid. She was surprised later on when her daughters weren't married, when her daughters weren't had not set out on that motherly path yet.
Okay.
So but she didn't prep them for that. She intentionally
she put them on a different path.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And she expected when they got to be 30, they're actually going to veer from that path.
Yes.
What did the Bible say? Train up a child in the way that they should go, so they'll never vary from their ways. Right?
Yeah.
That's 6,000-year-old wisdom. Okay. The shit ain't changed. But we think it's going to change. You think because you raise a kid, okay, you raise a boy to be a beta and cry and be in his feelings and cook and clean and take care of babies and expect him to be a certain kind of man at 30. This shit don't work that way. Shit does not work that way. You design the boys, you design these boys to be a certain way. They are what you produced. Now you're not happy.
BJS, I got to jump, but I owe you an apology. I really do owe you an apology.
Oh, really? What? Where did you did anything to me?
No. But I owe you the apology. You know how we first met. When I first met you, I was like, man, this old man.
Oh, I didn't. Well, you never talked to me like that, so I don't know. You might have.
No. I was totally like, I had my road to Damascus moment on one of our private sessions. But I do owe you an apology.
Okay.
I think because I finally came full circle on this. I think the reason why these women aren't getting married is because they don't want to be married. And you said that a while back. Sometimes it's really just that simple.
And
I just don't think
they don't want to be married. And number two, you know, in my opinion, you might disagree with me, KMS, because you are married, right? Marriage is not that fucking hard, man. It really isn't.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Hard. Marriage is not that goddamn hard. In fact, most women get upset. It's because it's boring. It's so easy. Okay.
Yeah, marriage is. Go ahead.
Yeah, you do the same shit every day. How fucking hard is it? Marriage is not that hard. Go ahead.
Marriage is defense. Marriage is like want to.
Yes.
It is want to. These women don't want to be married. Now they want to sit down. They want to sit down though. They're tired. They don't want to be married. and that's the conundrum. That's the conundrum that they're in. And I'll say this, and I gotta go, but I want to issue that apology because you're absolutely right. You said that almost flippantly a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah.
And it came full circle to me. No, they don't want to be married. They just want to sit down. But here's the problem with that. The type of men they want to sit down with, that man is not buying two wives. He's not going to buy her and then buy another wife to do her role.
No. Why should he? It's like you hiring an employee, okay? I'm not hiring to an employee so you can sit on your ass and do nothing.
No.
What am I paying you for?
Yeah. So I mean, so all these high, powered, boss B women, they can't sit down. They got to stand up.
They wanted to be a man. Guess what, Bob, baby? Guess what? You got your man.
You the man. You the man now, dog.
You're the man now, baby.
I got to catch this flight, but no, I really appreciate it.
That's why I'm telling all the pookies and players, no free dick.
Nope.
Just like the women charge you, you charge them. No free dick. No, baby, you got to do something for me. Yeah, I need these jeans. I need these tennis shoes. I need receipts. I need referrals. Okay, no free dick. I'm coming to your house, bang, when you're blowing your back out from 12 to 5 and for a juice box. Okay, come on now. Anyhow, all right, KMS. I think he's gone already. All right, Dr. Dunbar, closing thoughts, or if you're still here?
Shit.
Yes, no. Okay. All right. Anybody else jump in?
Oh yeah, be like old boy was a beast mouth. No more dick. No
more dick. I can barely hear you, AB.
Huh?
I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
You're still low.
Wow.
You got your echo cancellation on?
Nah, I turned it off. Give me a second.
And check your mic.
All right, can you hear me now?
Oh, that's a lot better. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no more dick. No more dick.
No free dick. Okay.
No free dick.
And a lot of men get upset about it when I say, okay, I'm a manly man and I do what I want and I get this chick and that chick and that chick and I'm from the hood, man. I came up with max players and pimps and shit like that, talking this shit, man. First thing they tell me, man, the first thing they'll say, to outside of the first 2 or 3, after that, no free dick. No free dick.
Shut up and pay.
Shut up and pay. I'm not blowing your back out just for the privilege of actually blowing your back out. Okay. No free dick. And most of the time, 9 times out of 10, you're doing all the emotional labor any goddamn way. Black men do more emotional labor than any other group of men on the planet.
Oh, good Lord. Don't remind me.
We was just on a call last week with Rom, right? With a bunch of chicks, man. Okay. They really expect you to do all this emotional labor for them. And pay.
You don't understand me. You need to understand me.
You don't understand me. I don't feel right. I want to do this. I want to
feel
do that.
Right.
Can you facilitate a way for me to do blah blah? No. Okay.
They're like they be asking me, how come you're saying, how come you don't? There's not a special room like that.
I was trying to tell Dr. L. Okay, that chick on the goddamn phone. He asked her like 6 or 7 times, "What do you want for yourself?" What did she say? All them 6 or 7 times. Could she articulate what she wanted for herself? What does that mean? You want something for yourself?
I'm not happy.
How is you working going to impact my family, okay, and my kids, okay? Can you arrange your work schedule around, around my work schedule and the children, or they have to go to daycare or something like that because you want to go to work? Okay, and if you do go to work, how's it going to help the family prosper or move forward? You just can't do shit just to do shit because I want to be happy. Fuck all that. Ain't nobody. At the end of the day, okay, if it don't work inside the family, fuck your happiness. Because men do this shit all the time. Fuck your happiness. Fuck your fulfillment. If you want to go get fulfilled, leave me the kids. You leave me the money, and you go get fulfilled. Okay. You have to grind it out. If you saying fuck me and fuck the kids, you go grind it out.
Mm-hmm.
And most women, if they want to do that kind of stuff, they figure out a way to actually fit in what they want to learn because they got plenty of time. They ain't got no money stress. Okay, you can get your degree with two classes, the two classes a week. Okay, and fit it within your schedule, or you can wait till the kids get grown. If I'm gone 67 hours a week and the house is clean, I don't give a shit what you do when I'm not here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not there, I could care less. As long as you don't bring, as long as you don't bring that attitude home, and that's the biggest thing. Okay, and this is the problem. Okay, that's why I call them 92 climbers. Okay, they could have started from the projects. They could have started from working class. And the thing is, once they get their education, their friend circle changes. Right? Okay. Who determines a woman's happiness? It's not the man, okay? It's her parents, number one, her 5 best friends, her circle, her fae group, number 1, her parents second, and you third. And what happens? And you can track this because they've tracked. There's 6 books that say the exact same thing, right? As a woman progresses, and I've heard this multiple times, okay? Woman progresses, her friend group does change, right? And guess what her friends will say to her, okay? Your man's not successful enough. How come he hasn't gotten a raise? How come he doesn't change careers? How come he doesn't have a better education? How do you go home to a woman like a guy like that? That gets in her head. Next thing she does, she actually brings that shit home to him. Did he start it? No. Guess who's unhappy? He's fine.
Mm-hmm.
He's fine. He's probably even fine with you going to school. As long as you're not fucking with him, as long as it fits in, not putting no stress on him, he's fine with you going to school. With you bringing that shit back home to him. Is Monday said that? Okay. Anna Rosen said that. I read about 6 books, the same shit. Okay. She progressed. He didn't progress with her because women want you to progress with them. Men don't give a shit. Okay. If he gets to be president of the United States and she's been a housewife her whole time, he don't give a shit.
Nope.
She's at home taking care of the kids. She drives them to the private school, whatever she needs to do. Kobe Bryant never cared what Vanessa Bryant did. Never cared. Vanessa Bryant doesn't have a college degree. She don't have her own business. He was married to her for 20 years. And he practiced like 10 hours a day, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As long as she was home with those kids and gave him what he needed, he didn't give a shit what she did. The women are not the same. Women don't look at men the same way. That's what Dr. Dunbar was telling you. There's a reason why there's so many single, highly successful women in Washington, D.C. It's because the men that they want, they don't qualify for. And they don't want to take the men that will actually work with them. And Dr. Dunbar talked about his cousin, right? Okay. How come she keeps circling back to the same beta guy? Because he fits her lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like him because I want this guy, this masculine guy that takes charge, that works 60 hours a week. But guess what? When we get together, that shit don't work. So it circles back to the beta guy. Because guess what? Because it works. You got to go back and get him. I've seen this shit too many times. There's a give and take in marriage, right? There's a fit.
Yes.
There's a fit, and what the husband was asking her, what do you want for yourself? In other words, is this going to fit inside our marriage? The way with the shit we got going, because I'm working 70 hours a week. You know, because I had to deal with that with my best friend, right? Okay, you're injured. Okay, you really can't work that much, right? He's working 65 hours a week, right? 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. Okay, he's working damn near 70 hours a week, and you're at home. How come his house is not clean and his food's not cooked, and his kids aren't taken care of? And I told him, and she's unhappy. Excuse my French, Dr. Else. Okay, plug your ears. You don't want to hear it. I told him, bitch, here are the bills. Here's what we need. You go out. I'll stay home and cook and clean and take care of the kids. You go out and pick up this bill and see how you like it. If you're not happy, you want to work, you're happy being at work, go for it. I'll stay home. That was a lot of guys would say, because that's exactly what I would say. I'll stay home. I got the same shit for my fiance, right? Okay. I had a regular job, blue collar job, right? I'm a smart kid though, so I'm doing her homework. I'm writing her essays and shit like that.
Oh, good Lord, you writing her essays and she was still okay.
There's a reason they want you for certain things, right? Okay, because I'm a hard guy to replace. Okay, I really am. Okay, so but the thing is, okay, she's complaining is because how it looked to her fucking friends. Okay, the job that you have, the money that you make, because it doesn't look attractive to her friends. And my friend said, we're not gonna do. One time she said that shit. I said, why don't you go and out? What kind of guy do you want? I'll help you look for the guy if that's what you want. Because it ain't me. Stop fucking complaining. That's like a lot of guys do not. That's why I tell guys, if you're gonna get a 92 octane, this aggressive boss bitch attitude chick, you got to have some drive, okay? If you don't have no drive, she gonna fuck with you. If you're a 9-to-5 guy and you want a relatively happy life at a working class life, don't pick her. She'll get on your fucking nerves, okay? So when that woman, that climber, who went from a ghetto girl, working class girl, to a 92, all of a sudden now she wants to come back brand new. I want to drive a BMW. I want to look good for my friends, and I want you to look good for my friends too, and bring all this shit back there. That's not what I want. But that's what I want.
That's not the kind of chick for me. I ain't doing all that shit.
Okay, it's not what I want. Okay, if you think about it, if you look at the stats, right, the 100K guys and the what's his name, medium man said the exact same thing I'm saying. Okay, only 4% of you bitches actually earn over 100K. Only 6 to 7% of black men earn over 100K. Okay. 90% of men are average and below. 40% of your men only make $25,000 a year. You ain't got that many people to pick from. So y'all squawking and stuff. So when you get a guy that does have what you want, you better be what he wants. Kevin used to say that shit all the time. Are you what he wants? And when you become a 90, because I've seen a bunch of them, right? I went back and got my degree and left my husband, and guess what? 20 years later, guess what they are?
Miserable as fuck.
Still single. Still looking. Okay, and guess what? They're not happy. And guess what they still? They still circle back and sleep with their ex when they can.
Yeah, that one chick came out, said that she thought she was so much better than her husband, and talked about how she cried herself to sleep at night.
The thing is, you know, In the old days with the covenant marriage, okay, a woman could make more than her husband. She might not be happy with him. She might not be successful with him, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? The marriage is more important. The marriage and the kids and the grandkids are more important than her individual happiness. And so she will accept that. That's Dr. Ellis. That's how you stay married for 50 years, okay? It ain't about happiness. Guess what? My mother and my aunt were with their husbands to the day they died. Why was that? Because the marriage is more important than their happiness. When all of a sudden these chicks want to be happy, that's what's going to happen to the marriage, to the covenant marriage. You're blown out of the water because you're not on the same kind of time.
All those women had their aunts, their cousins, their sisters, all in proximity to be happy with. So when you walk in the house and all you smell is women, and they say, "Go over there and watch the TV." Yeah, they happy. Leave us alone. We doing our thing. Yeah, that's when they're happy.
Yeah.
Now y'all separated, and they just don't want to admit that's one of the major problems that women are having. They're separated from their tribe because they're being individuals and assimilating new friends as they rise. So they have no tribe.
Like my kids, even though I didn't get married to my ex, okay, my kids were raised by a whole village of people. So us being together, me being in the household, didn't make any difference because they had uncles, they had aunts, they had grandfathers, they had all these people, friends, all these people that actually come in and fill in the gaps. Okay, so my daughter has a master's, the other daughter has the bachelor's. Okay, it's because you had a whole tribe of people coming together to actually raise these kids, which is the way it's actually supposed to be done. So this individual happiness, I was like the. I understand the guy because he's a working class guy, right? And the thing is, that's why I tell guys get your return on investment from day one instead of banking in on something later on because that shit can change, right? Okay.
Yes.
The contract that she had with him wasn't the same. She tried to change the contract, in midstream. Okay. Who you were when you first got with him, what you agreed to do when you first got with him, changed. Okay. Trying to rewrite the contract. Thing is, but you're not telling how you're going to rewrite this contract. You're not telling him what's in it for him. Your happiness is more important than what I still have to work 70 hours a week. Come on now. Am I, like he said, do I get to go be happy and have extras and do what I really want to do? Is that fair? You want to do what you want to do. Can I do what I want to do? How long will that last? That's what he's asking her. I know he's asking because I've heard this before. I know exactly what he's asking. And the thing is, she didn't actually has no idea what the fuck she wants. Articulate it to me. I want something for myself. That don't mean shit. I want something for myself too.
We all want something for ourselves.
We all want something for ourselves, okay? We sacrifice. I don't know how old the kids are. We sacrifice for this mission, okay? Just like we get in the military, man. Okay, you got to charge that hill. But I'll get shot. I don't give a shit where you're going to get shot at. You still got to charge that hill. That's part of the duty. If we don't take that hill, we're going to lose this war. And we're going to lose half of you people in the midst of it. Look at the Ukraine. You lost 2 million people. These people want to die, get shot, get blown up? Hell no. But that's the fucking job. You cannot have covenant marriages and marriages lasting forever or whatever you want to call it, happy ever after, blah blah blah, which really doesn't exist. Okay.
Cinderella marriages.
And you want to change the contract? Go ahead, jump in.
The part that they don't want to admit, and we know guys that have done it. I know guys that have done it. Their wife goes to school, then she takes on the burden while he goes back to school.
Yeah.
And all the guys I know, most of them suffered during that period because their wife didn't like doing it, taking in charge of all the bills while he spends 2 years in school. It alters their whole relationship. So they can't. They are narcissistic to the opposite happening.
Okay, and I explained this before.
Okay? Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Well, I'm trying to explain to the people. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to people that are listening. Okay, explain this. Okay, a woman's job And women actually bristle at this. A woman's job is to take from the environment, not to give.
Mm-hmm.
She gives to her offspring. She doesn't give to you.
Mm-hmm.
So expecting her to take care of you as a grown ass man, that's not within her purview. It goes against her biology. You're not my child, okay? You're supposed to give me so I can give to my children. They're trying to force them in a different role that they are not biologically suited for. And the thing is, it comes up in the data. And ain't the men complaining. The men aren't complaining about this shit. Who's complaining?
Mm-hmm.
Women.
Dr. Els, who's complaining? Is the men complaining about this shit? Who's complaining?
Oh no, it's definitely the women. I agree with that. Definitely the women.
So who's unhappy? Is it the men or is it the women?
It's definitely the women. It's definitely the women. I'm not. Yeah, that's not my contention. Yeah.
You know what? God bless you, Dr. Els, but I tell guys all the time, it's not your fucking job to raise a wife. My mother was a wife. My auntie was a wife. Okay. My grandmother was a wife. Okay. Their husband.
Right.
My father did not have to teach my mother one thing about being a goddamn wife or being a woman. She was there already made when he found her. Now, one day you have to teach her how to do anything. Okay. You have to teach her how to do shit. Now, you get some kind guys that will actually take a woman that don't know how to do shit and teach her. But the thing is, it's not his fucking job.
Well, I definitely agree with that. My point is that one of the guys had asked the question about if the woman had grown up and didn't learn these skills. So my answer was, okay, so she hasn't learned these skills. What's wrong with you teaching her? Number one, and number two, if she don't want to get on it, then move on. I agree it's not your job, but if she says I don't really know these skills, cooking, cleaning, and you can say, okay, well, here's what I want as a man. Here's what it takes to please me or please a man, and she's willing to learn. Why not take that woman? That was my question.
It's because okay, you can take that woman, you can train her, you can get her to do certain things, but she don't have the habits of a wife. She's never gonna have it. If you're willing to accept her as that, that's fine. If you're willing to take her damaged, okay, because you're not a wife, and coach her into being something that's acceptable, that's fine. But she ain't a wife. So if you're looking for a wife, she ain't it.
Well, I mean, she certainly would have some work to do, and I think a lot of. I mean, I just try to look at it from. Listen, I agree. Believe me, I agree that these ladies today are not trained to be this way. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I've had to talk to my own daughter, and she grew up in the house where I did. So I've had to talk to her. I've had to talk to my son. Okay, here's what it is, and so I think that people can make some adjustments. Now, will it be perfect? Probably not. And like you said, if they're willing to take that, then great. And if she's really willing to learn, she's really willing to learn how to cook. She's really willing to learn to get on a man's program.
Yeah.
If she can do that, then go for it. But if she can't, it's about being fluid. It's about being plastic enough to say, hey, you know what? I really want this enough to work. I really want a family, and here's what it takes to make a family.
The thing is, being a wife, being socialized as a wife is a process from being from childhood, right? You learn how to speak another language, but you will always be an English speaker. Okay, first language is the English. Okay, so you can actually learn Chinese, but you won't be excellent at it. Okay, because your first language is English. Okay. If she's not trained to be a wife, she don't have no skills. By the time she gets to be what age? 25? Okay. She don't have them instincts no more. She doesn't have the outlook of being a wife. She's something less. Okay. If you want to accept that, that's fine. She has to work very hard to actually make up for her deficits. If she's got more than enough to actually overcome her deficit, that's fine. And some guys do that. Guess what happens most of the time? They get divorced within 5 years or 10 years.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I have to defer to your expertise in that. I don't know. I'm just saying that. I mean, I just think that people can learn. You talked about. I mean, people, as you gave the ideas about being a native English speaker.
Yeah.
There are people who can become fluent in other languages. I mean, we're often pushing that in the Passport Bro movement. You know, go over there and learn a language, and you can become fluent. So, I mean, I'm just saying that there is a certain level. Now, will it be? I mean, if we think about this in grading scores, right? So you can be, 100 would be, obviously perfection.
Right.
If you can get it to 90%, 99, 90, 95%, and not be as we're all willing for everything that Kevin said, right? Be sweet, submissive, feminine, and you can get her to be that way. Maggie's the substitute teacher teaches that.
Yeah,
I definitely agree. It's going to be a struggle. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, but if you can get her to calm down, and Maggie was a boss chick. She left her corporate job and now she's doing feminine coaching and teaching.
But who was she raised? Who was she raised by?
Oh well, that's true. It was there. I mean, it was definitely there.
Whole different culture, Nigerians.
She was Ghanaian, right? How did her mother raise her? What did her mother raise her to be?
Right.
Her mother raised her to be a wife.
I'm acknowledging that.
Yeah.
I'm acknowledging that she definitely had the foundation.
Yes.
And so listen, I agree that the foundation a lot of times is not there for the women. And that they, somebody told a story about she was playing with dolls or something like that, and then they took it out of her hand and gave her a book. Right.
And then later on, guess what? Okay, I think it was Leon said that. And then when they got older, guess what? They didn't get married. They didn't know how to be a wife because they weren't raised to be that.
Right. Well, I mean, listen. I mean, this is the problem we have with the bait and switch, and I think I made that pretty clear in many other videos I've done. About the whole marriage. I wouldn't. You may never. You're probably right. She may never be a wife, but she may be one hell of a girlfriend. So you just never wife her up to give her that chance to do that bait and switch. That may be a possibility too. Get what you want. My point is, get what you want as a man. Get what you want as a man. If you want to give her a shot, then give her a shot. If not, then keep it pushing. You have every opportunity to do what you want to do.
What I was saying, if you want to take, number one, if you're a man and you're raised to be a husband, you got no clue about how to be a wife. You weren't raised to be a wife. How do you know? All you know is what you want.
But I was about to say, but you've seen it. You've seen wifely. Even if you were raised to be a husband, you know how a wife should respond to your leadership.
To your leadership. But the thing is, you have no idea what the mindset of a wife. Okay, because you weren't raised to be one. Okay, my mother did not raise me to be a wife.
Well, mine either. So yeah.
So you're trying to teach somebody, teach a woman something that you weren't raised to be, and you're not even a woman.
Well, I was saying to teach them to what it takes to please you.
Yeah.
Right. That was my emphasis.
If you're willing to accept that, that's fine. You can take it with them. You can take some guys might marry strippers and shit like that. Okay, if it works for you, it works for you.
Paul George, let me shut up.
There's a bunch of it, man.
I know. He ain't the only one, but
people didn't understand about Klay Thompson, right? And Megan Thee Stallion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I knew. That's why in that show, how was he raised versus how she was raised? Because obviously they were a mismatch. Can you work that out? Sure, you can work it out.
Shout out to Shaq. He said, "I'll give it 2 weeks."
Well, to that, I think you're right to a certain extent. There's a difference between not being raised a wife and being raised into ratchet culture. You may take a good woman who was just trained to say, hey, listen, it's books first, forget the boys, yada yada yada. So she wasn't positively trained to be a wife, but she also wasn't raised to be ghetto. And that's the difference, I would say, between Meg Thee Stallion. I definitely don't think anybody should. And I agree with you about the strippers and everything else. Yeah. You definitely should stay away from those type of women. But there might be a good woman. She may even have grown up in church, and she just doesn't have the knowledge base as to what it takes to please a man because she was raised to be about books and education first. And now she gets out in the world, she's graduated, and now she says, I want a man, and I have no clue how to please one.
And it is
That's
always
what's taking place.
and it's always going to be a point of friction because it's always going to have you by short hairs.
Yeah,
She's always going to struggle with that.
Dr. L, when you really engage with what happened, so you extend school 200 more hours for millennials and Zs and Gen X too, right? Extended college as we go on from the 90s where it gets longer, right? You're taking women from just interacting with kids for an extended period of time. So it's like once she has one, if these grandmas aren't around and aunties are around, the worst level of postpartum compared to a single black woman in the 60s or 40s or anything else that know how to handle shit because she's been around it. You're taking people from making food for their brothers and sisters, cooking food, spending time, understanding like body language when you walk up to a kid, all that kind of full on interaction. And then they get out of school 4 years later and they're first grade teachers with no connection to kids. Like this is across the board. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they're supposed to just know how to do it. They don't. That's why they have doctors that show women how to breastfeed because they don't know how.
In the NBA, most guys start playing at the age of 5 years old. 90% of them. There's a reason for that. You're actually raised from a child to actually do this activity, right? And why you think marriages are failing, man? Is because you're not producing these people.
Nobody's teaching them what they need to know to understand about relationships. On top of that, a lot of these people, especially generations like Gen X and millennials starting with, many of them are the products of divorced homes. And they've seen what kind of dysfunction that comes out of that. So that affects them in a certain way.
Yeah. I mean, we've been saying this stuff about broken families and broken homes and broken engagement with the kids, right? And we still expect these kids to turn out at 20, 30 years old and be whole people or the people that we want them to be. Okay? It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
If the guy knew how to make a wife, he just pick a chick and make a wife. You don't know.
You're right.
If she don't know, that's her job. If he doesn't know her job, he's trying to figure out his.
BGS, to your point, a lot of these things that you're talking about people not being trained to wise with everything. Let's take it back to '97 because everybody remembers the movie Soul Food.
Yeah.
If you compare Vivica Fox's character to Vanessa L. Williams' character.
Yeah.
Especially that one scene where them and Big Mama were in the kitchen, making soul food after the wedding, everything.
Yeah.
And Big Mama just looked at Vanessa L. Williams' character because she said some snide remarks and said, "Watch it, Terry. You're on husband number 2."
Yeah, exactly. You're on husband number 2. Yeah, because you're an educated woman. Yeah. You're the boss.
You're an educated woman, but you don't know what it means. And the fact that Vivica has snatched her husband from Vanessa, and you realize that was the right mix because her husband was blue collar.
Yeah,
he's not going to match with somebody who's a lawyer. And when she got with the lawyer, what happened? That relationship didn't work out because this, that, and the third. She was.
She's career focused. Okay.
She's career focused. Was hell bent on him, like you said. The husband, everyone wants a man to be a reflection of her. When it's supposed to be the other way around.
There's one thing I like about the Passport Bros. They're showing you in real time what the difference is. In real time. A wife that's trained to be a wife versus one that aren't. In real time.
Yeah. Absolutely. On top of that, they're getting with the women that are in their class.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the thing I see some people forget about.
You
gotta get with a woman that's in your class.
Name can tell you. I've seen happier wives that have husbands that have that are in wooden shacks. Okay, they ain't got all these goddamn problems. I'm not happy. I want more for myself. They ain't got all these problems. They were raised me that way. Okay.
I mean, BGS, you'd be surprised. Like within my own culture, even women who were veterans They still because they were trained to be wise before they left home for the arm stroke. I'm talking about your generation, sir.
Right.
Gen X, mostly boomers and Gen X. This is my parents' generation.
Mm-hmm.
Those women, even with the PTSD they still had from combat and everything, when they came back home, and some of them, they put off having kids because some of them met their husband. A lot of people met their spouses in the war, even had their first child, or even lost their spouses in the war. So when they came, when we gained independence and everything, when they came back home and had to demilitarize and readjust this life in society, when they started having children, even with that PTSD, they still remembered how to be wives.
Mm-hmm.
They understood at the same time, a lot of them hold down careers. But fortunately for them, who they had backing them up as well. They had their families. A lot of them had their grandmothers with them. I remember, thankfully, even though I was born in exile, my grandmother was there.
Yeah.
I learned so much about my culture because of my grandmother and all the older women who were in the community.
Mm-hmm. That's their job to teach you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandmother was illiterate and she was teaching me certain things.
Yeah. The feminists took over the Soul Society in 1970, right?
Mm-hmm.
They trained these boys in this society to be a certain way, and now they're not fucking happy with the boys that they actually brought up. Y'all produced. Shut the fuck up and deal with what you produced. That's my assertion. Okay, stop blaming the men. Stop saying
Yes,
men.
I can fold.
Go ahead.
I can fold clothes pretty good. I can fold clothes pretty good. I can fold them pretty good.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Black men are trained about how to fold clothes and take care of kids. I first diapered my first child when I was 7 years old. My baby sister. Okay, I was trained how to change diapers and clean up poop and all that kind of crap. So I knew how to do
me
that.
at age 8.
Yeah.
Me at age 8 with my youngest cousins and my youngest little brother because my mother needed help, and sometimes some people weren't there, and I had to, and I took it upon myself to help out.
You got to help
when
out.
I could.
So black people, black men especially, were trained to do this. That's even in these books. Okay, they tell a perfect man for you is a black man because he's way more adaptable, way more acceptable, way more flexible than any other man on the planet. Right? Guess who gets most of the smoke about what they want? Okay.
Yeah. Is Dr. L still here?
He's right there.
So when I put in the chat, one of the bigger issues when dealing with women like that is I put the folding the clothes line. So a guy folds clothes. A woman comes to him and says, "I don't like how you folded these clothes."
Yeah, that happens all the time.
The clothes are folded. If you don't like how I'm doing it, you can. It takes 5 minutes to fix it, but it takes an hour to actually do it. So you can fix it, or you can just get away from it and do it yourself. You can pick it. You can fix it, or you can just do all of it yourself.
And that
basically
happens.
they want you to do everything how
they do it. And in fact, that's the biggest problem. The biggest problem with breadwinning wives, right? Okay.
Yep.
They want you to run the house the way they want you to run the house instead of letting you run the house. Men don't give a shit. Okay. As long as clothes are folded, the house is clean, they don't give a shit how it's done.
Yeah, as long as it's
some of these skills we learned from our mothers because they realize eventually we're gonna be out on our own before we find spouses. So we don't depend on people.
What I'm saying is, men, 99% of men do not care how you stack the plates or fold the clothes. As long as it's done, they don't give a shit. Women do.
Just don't put my belts on my ties in weird places, and don't move my wallet from this counter to that counter.
Yeah, oh man, women just move when they clean. They just move shit, man. Got a consequence. Where I had it here, where is it now? Well, I thought it would be better over here. Why'd you put it over there? It just looks better over there. Well, now I can't find it.
Hey, I remember the same thing with my father. I remember the same thing with my own father. Like he always kept his things in a particular place, and he made it perfectly clear to my mother as well as to the rest of us.
Don't touch.
Leave my shit. Don't touch my shit, or we're gonna have little problems. The only person he had to give a little leeway was the youngest ones when they were little. But by the time they were like 5, 6 years old, I said, "What are you doing? What are you doing? No, leave daddy's stuff alone. Go sit over there."
At one while, man, a lot of these boomers are training their millennials and Zs to pee sitting down, training the men to pee sitting down.
Well, I grew up in the Middle East, so they pee squatting for a particular reason.
Yeah, but in
So
America,
that's not what these folks are dealing with. But I understand what you're talking about.
yeah. In other words, American men know when I say peeing sitting down what it means. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
My mom actually recently got frustrated with me because my mom's involved, and I have two small toilets, but I take the lid off the other one. My 4-year-old, he pees in the regular toilet.
Right.
But when he has to go to his bathroom, and my 1-year-old's right there, it's like I'll take his pamper off, and he doesn't know how to just pee yet.
No, yeah.
And so my 4-year-old, I'll put that small toilet next to his, and he watches him pee. Yeah. And I told her that's the only time that's there. And she's like, no, he doesn't need to use it at all. Well, he can use it. Yeah, if his brother's right there, I gave her a reason. You know what I'm saying? Why that's the only time that I do it.
The thing is, how do you learn to pee standing up? Okay, you see your dad do it, or you see your brothers do it. Yeah, that's how you learn.
I had some funny moments with that for the last year.
And women don't. It's not their job to get it. Okay, it's not their job to get it.
I mean, to your point, let me put it this way. And I mentioned this one time. On Charles's stand one time, I said, men, especially when it comes to getting pussy, what's the one thing a lot of guys will do? If the smart ones, that is. Because you remember, they'll go out and try to find a book or read magazines about the female anatomy.
Yeah.
They'll find about a book on gynecology.
Yeah.
You will never hear about a woman bothering to learn about andrology unless she's a urologist who's going to study andrology at the same time.
Yeah.
They don't bother to understand that. They don't understand the male anatomy or how it functions, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
And they just, unless it's in their best interest, that's the only time they concern themselves with us.
Unless they're sex workers, then they're more concerned.
Yeah, that too.
Because it's their job.
True.
But
I've asked. No, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
I had a girlfriend for like 10 years, right? It took her 9 years to figure out I knew how to make her come.
You
hit that spot. Yeah, I've been hitting that spot for 9 years. You just not figuring that shit out.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like when I remember there was somebody I was involved with. When we tried missionaries, she would end up, grimacing over there. I didn't understand what was wrong. I realized, oh, wait a minute. So we tried other positions, and then when we tried doggy, that's when she moaned uncontrollably. Realized because you remember gynecology, what does it tell us? No hole's the same. The angle's different for everybody.
The angle's different. It's slanted. It's backwards, and there's all kind of different shit with a vagina, man. All kind of different ways.
Oh yeah. And
when you first go in, you got to figure out which way does it slant. And
that's it. I mean, I'm gonna make you laugh about this. I remember I had a conversation with a friend, female friend, white woman. She was She had broke up with a long-term boyfriend, and she was on another relationship, and we were going back and forth about about relationships. And I said, "So you think you have issues trusting men, right?" And I asked her this one question, and I've written a few jokes based on it. I asked her one simple question: have you ever dated a stripper, a male stripper? You think you got trust issues? Imagine if you dated a male stripper. So I gave her a couple hypothetical scenarios, and she kept falling right into them.
All women have trust issues with their men. All of them.
Yes.
All of them. Even the best ones have trust for you.
Brothers, I gotta drop.
All right.
It's midnight rhyming.
Okay. You got a closing thought, or are you just here to listen?
No. You guys you just keep it up, man. Just appreciate you having me up, and I appreciate it. Just go over check out the video. Drop it in the chat. But thing is, this comes up all the time, and basically, I understand what you're trying to do, what you're trying to say. But thing is, you know what? After 40 years of doing this shit, man, the shit don't work that way. Okay.
Shit doesn't. I know what you want to do. I know what
may,
you're trying to say, but the real world doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, go ahead.
If I may, I mean, because I'm married,
Go ahead.
I've raised
Yeah.
daughters into adulthood, and I would say, in terms of several issues with women, in terms of if they haven't been actually trained to be wives. Look, you can study the skill or develop, certain techniques. One of the biggest problems you're almost never going to be able to fix is the attitude.
Yes.
There's an attitude to being a wife.
Yes.
There's a want to being a wife, to serving a man, to being in that position. And that's not something you can train a female to have. Especially not after she becomes an adult. It's going to be almost impossible. So she's just going to be play acting, even if she wants to be a wife. She hasn't been trained, and she hasn't been acculturated to it. So it's going to be a conscious effort that she's going to have to make, and it's going to be very, very difficult for her to maintain it. And in moments of strife and struggle between you, ups and downs or whatever, it's going to fall through.
It's going to come. It's going to emerge.
Just about going to fall through.
It's going to emerge.
And here's the other issue, main problem too. Look, there's an infrastructure to wives. There are all their associations and the expectations that women have amongst each other about being wives and mothers, and there's a culture to that, and there's reinforcement between women and appreciation and congratulation for being a quote good wife. Well, if she don't have that around her, again, even if she's trying to make the most earnest efforts to do so, if she don't have that infrastructure, she don't have that amongst her friends, especially the elder females in her life, she's not going to be able to keep it up. As sincere as she might want to, she's not going to be able to maintain it over time.
Yeah. I noticed the difference between my son's a black wife. She's actually raised by a black woman, okay, and his now current Latino wife. Completely different mindset. And the Latino wife has a master's. Completely different mindsets, how to approach the children, her husband, and the relatives. Completely different mindset. It's so sharp.
Yeah.
You can look at it. You can see it.
And it starts with
Go ahead.
Expectation to be a wife. I mean, I expect to be a wife.
Yes.
And with that expectation comes service to a man, to some degree of submission to a man, to handling the things that, that we might deem the traditional roles of women, an expectation to do it, and appreciation to do those things. And again, reinforcement from other women. Look, when, neighbor down the street, the married couple lived down the street from us, they come over, he and I maybe sit down, watch a little TV or have a conversation. His wife go right in the kitchen with my wife. They start cooking. They start talking about food and whatever upcoming holiday or whatever that's happening. So it's a culture. It's an expectation, and it's reinforced amongst peer females. So it's not just this drudgery I'm doing for this man. No, it's all about, it's a part of a broader ecosystem of activity amongst people.
It's the game. I said they're married to the game. They're not married to the individual man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And when you say game, I mean, you know
what I'm talking about.
That in different ways, but it is like I say, it's an ecosystem.
It's an ecosystem. Yeah.
you know, people all are operating together, it's back and forth, you know, men interacting with each other, women interacting with each other. And then there's complementary things going on between and even across things. You know, child, your son, your husband. I heard your husband like this. You should try that kind of thing.
Yes.
You know, it's that kind of stuff that maintain, you know, that interest and that motivation to fulfill those roles is not something you can achieve just between yourself and a woman. And here's the other thing too, she's not going to receive that instruction from a man. You know, positively in most cases.
She won't.
She is not going to positively.
It ain't the same.
Yeah.
It's not
it's going to be perceived much more, you know, dictator or whatever, you know. And again, if she already is not trained, and even that would work. That would work if she was traditionally raised under the understanding that I'm going to be under this man and I'm going to do what this man tell me to do. Even if she don't have the training, if that's her the fundamental attitude that's been bred in her, you might have a shot. Now you have to ask yourself, what percentage of Black women have even that basic deference and attitude to men? What percentage of them do?
Yeah, the whole thing. People say that that men are intimidated by their degrees and their money, stuff like that. I said, when guys get together as friends, they don't throw that shit around. The degrees or how much they earn and yada yada. We get together as friends. We don't throw that shit around. We're trying to enjoy ourselves. So you brag about that you got this Maserati or I got this promotion, shit like that, and trying to wave it in guys' faces. You won't be part of that group for very long. We don't need you here. You're gonna throw it in our faces like that. Go someplace else. Women do that automatically. You know what? I'm better than you because I got this, that, and other. Okay, you're not even a good guy doing that shit.
Yeah, look, I've been around
complete with one another.
I've been around women who have been executives and you know, senior level officials, and very often their husbands were, you know, even their husbands probably were or are educated, but maybe they took a step back professionally to support their wives.
That's the way it works.
It has worked fine for them.
Yeah.
You know,
if she's willing to accept him taking a step back, it'll work fine.
And from my perspective, the issue is always the women. From my perspective,
say it again, Black man. Say it again, Black man.
Now, I would say, but again, in my case, usually the men themselves were educated, even though they might have taken a step back professionally. They were educated, so they still had, quote, the status or a certain base level, you know, like
class,
master's degree or whatever
of class.
They still were at a certain status level in terms of, you know, education and maybe some prior employment or something like that. So they had that. So that's a different sort of bridge to cross than if the man is blue collar and the woman has a PhD. So I don't want to, you know, distort.
The problem you have is with climbers. Okay, that chick, the girl that started from the projects and she got married to a blue collar guy, and then got her degree. Okay, while he was working. Okay, and then went into corporate. That's when the problems come in.
Yeah, well, she's pursuing she's pursuing status, elevation, and because she's pursuing status elevations, she is like trying to collect like status infinity stones along the way. You know, she's trying to grab on to every possible indication and verification that she's ascending, and that's why it becomes particularly problematic being with a man who does not provide one of those stones, so to speak, and might actually appear to be opposite of that.
And he doesn't, you know, doesn't even want those stones. Okay, he's happy being the forklift driver. You know, making $70,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year. That's fine with him. Okay,
Black Guru,
Exactly.
that's literally what I was trying to articulate. Like, there's this disconnect just because you're a bootstrap girl and you make all this money
Mm-hmm.
that you have anything in common with upper middle class people. Just it doesn't even have to be a race. It's you made it there off of rugged individualism and working hard. This girl was born into there. Her
Yeah.
parents probably paid for her to go to college. She doesn't have the stress that you have, the anxiety that you
Yeah.
have. Her dad probably bought her car. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
guy's
But
like, whatever, call your dad. You
Well,
know, so it's different.
here's the tough part
go ahead.
about social climbing. Here's the
Mm-hmm.
tough part, the really tough part about social climbing. I've had
Yeah,
some
because you had to do it. So you had to
well,
do it.
yes. And the tough part about social climbing is the history that people have at certain status levels
Mm-hmm.
that start very early in life, and they all know each other, and they all
Mm-hmm.
know of each other, and they can
Mm-hmm.
all verify each
And
other's history and associations and
sometimes they go,
relatives,
and
and you
sometimes they go,
can't just jump into that kind of outfit.
and
You know?
sometimes they go back 3 generations. You know,
Easily.
Yeah.
People be talking about folks around the turn of the prior century,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of stuff. When you are at a certain status level, because usually those people are multi-generation, you know, elevated people.
Yeah.
So and those people guard very fastidiously
Mm-hmm.
who do and who are not allowed
Allowed
at
in
those levels.
at the
Now,
levels. Yes.
but here's the interesting thing: it is easier for men to ascend in those levels very often than it is women.
Yeah, it
And
is.
that's especially because men can ascend from just a purely sort of talent or competency or
work ethic.
accomplishment basis. Yes.
Yeah.
For women, it is much more the subtlety and intangible criteria that is usually acquired over time and associations, and maybe how she looks, and you know those kind of things that can be for many women much more difficult to transcend.
Yeah, and the thing is, as a climber yourself, okay, the thing is, you have to be assimilated into that upper class. Okay, you have to have friends and collect friends that are actually part of that class.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know what happened for me over time. You know, I would spend a lot of time talking to people, and I guess I sort of impressed actually with my articulation, so it was sort of like. Oh well, maybe he's a rude, but he appeared to be
but he's educated, okay. But he can fit in. Yeah.
He know how to dress up right and present.
In other words, you clean up well.
Yeah. Yes. But
I've heard that on many occasions. You clean up well.
A lot of female climbers is tough because and the women will they are very snooty, snobbish. They know by how she dress and how she walks. You know, they know your stat level by a lot of things just right off the bat, and you know, and it can be very difficult for women to ascend. And I mean, let's face it, you can get the good education, you can get the good job, and still never make it at that level. And here's the sad part: Black women don't realize the very best chance you're gonna have at ascending to a higher status level is gonna be with the dude. The dude is gonna take you to that next level.
If you qualify for that dude.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying whether he's already at that level or he's a man who can ascend to that level.
Yeah.
The best chance most of them are going to have to go to that next level is going to be with a man, either who's already there or who has the talent and the effort to get there.
To actually climb. So in other words, so like just like you, a woman that's a natural 92, as I call them, right, can take a male climber if he has the drive to actually get to the next level. And she actually wants you at the next level. So she will actually start trying to pull you up to her level. So that's the beauty of having a 92. But thing is, if you're a 92 climber and you marry early, okay, and then you marry a blue collar guy, okay, when you get to the next level, okay, you're gonna be unhappy because you don't have the drive that you want. He's not moving with you, and that's where the problem comes in. And then a lot of women that have gone to school and want to ascend to that next level, okay, you don't qualify for that guy.
Yeah. And I said it. I've been to City Hall where Democrat, white, black, Hispanic women voting against the low income housing being close to my mom's neighborhood or on the other side of it. They vote against it. They don't even want the boys or girls near their children. But I'm like, if you really take a look at it, mothers are the ones mate guarding their sons. They're doing their best.
That's their job. Who can tell you? Okay, before he married his wife, the women checked him out.
Mm-hmm.
He can tell you the women checked him out.
You would think that it's the other way around. No, it's the mothers.
No. The women, the father checks you out financially, where you are actually capable, right? But the women check you out. You got to pass the sniff test from the women first.
Yeah, and they may guard their sons too. They know they're gonna run off with some ratchet eventually, but they try to, they want them to marry into their friend groups always, just like my mom wanted me.
Yeah, I mean, there's always gotchas that the opposite sex will recognize from a man or a woman. But the thing is that the women mate guard is because they don't want improper offspring. That's their job. That's their job. Anybody else want to jump in? Chaos, AL, y'all want to jump in?
Yeah, I need to go to sleep because I got to work.
It's almost 2 hours anyway.
Yeah. Before I leave, I think I got to remind BGS the mantra he's got to say every day, especially now that he's deep and he's still stuck in YouTube jail, and he's got to deal with them conjugal visits. Oh my God, man! What they do to you? Having you subject them conjugal visits, have to do all that emotional labor on them heifers. This shit's wrong, man. That's torture.
It's torture.
That is against the Geneva Convention, man.
Yeah. Mackie Samuels. Okay. Education does not reverse class. Okay. That takes education does not reverse class. It doesn't. Okay.
No, I mean, we can't. I mean, education does not. I mean, you're still gonna be the same person.
The only way education actually reverse helps with class if you actually have friends in that class. Like go to Harvard, go to Yale. Okay, you got friends in that class. You actually assimilated into that class. Okay, education by itself is not going to reverse class trends.
Yeah. Those people provide you social proofing.
Yeah,
they vetted you and they give you they can vouch for you.
Yeah, the reason I speak the way I speak is because I went to school with very upper class people.
It's real.
My grandson is going through the same thing because he's going to a school with a lot of millionaires' kids. Okay, you can actually see how he's starting to assimilate. Okay,
yeah, it's like my brother, even me, but I didn't care. But him, he's always like, my friend has a Mercedes AMG, blah blah blah. His parents bought him it. And it's like, okay, we're 1.5 generations. You're hanging out with DC 4th generation family was here during the period of slavery, but we're free. Like, come on, bro.
Okay, Mackie Samuels, why do people send their kids to Harvard and Yale and Columbia and places like that rather than Ohio State or Texas A&M? Why are you sending their kids there? Huh? Why they send their kids there? Why they send? What's the difference between Alabama and A&M and Howard or what's the other school? Tuskegee, Morehouse,
or Vanderbilt.
Why do you think they send these kids there? Okay.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Why do they send them? Why do they send them to NYU or Columbia instead of one of the SUNY schools in New York? Or why is it they go to? Why is it they insist the kids go to Stanford or Cal or University of California? It's not one of the UC schools in California.
And why do you think they send them to Stanford or Berkeley? There's a difference, okay?
UC Berkeley, MIT, Caltech.
Well, MIT and Caltech, you got to be that's a completely different class of people.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Excuse me, I meant to say Northwestern or Yale.
Northwestern.
You don't mind why you're going.
So I barely hear you. Hey, what I'm saying. The thing is, I went to school. I got 7 of my high school classmates that went to that went to military schools. Okay, Air Force, Army, Navy. They went to military academies. Okay, got 7 of them. Okay, my classmates. Okay, I got 10 of them actually went to Stanford. Okay.
Oh,
I got 4 of them that actually went to Caltech.
Nice.
Okay, I know about class. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can't tell me shit about class because I've been through this already.
Absolutely.
Black people hate class. They hate it so bad. They hate it.
There's a difference between. There's a difference between my daughter to Cal State Northridge rather than Harvard. There's a reason for that. It's called class.
So, Leon, to your point, you know how much Black people hate class and everything. You understand that a lot of people just like they want to be around certain people, and their position. And a lot of people will try to hide behind the flat blackness.
Yes.
There's
no flat blackness.
No, there is no such thing, but they try to hide. They try to claim there is.
Black people have class guilt. Okay.
What's all that chaos? What am I hearing in the background?
Yeah, it must be AL.
No, it ain't me.
Okay.
No, it ain't.
Who's got the TV on in the background?
Wait, why's my mic off? Hello? Can I hear you?
I don't know why
we can hear you, Chaos. Your mic was on the whole time.
Yeah.
You didn't mute it. Okay, now you muted.
No, somebody's gonna mute. I don't know because it's not me. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got Crunchyroll on or something?
Yeah. My son is going through a very wealthy academy, dance academy. Okay. You can tell the difference in class. Okay. Yeah. He's going to school with millionaires, millionaire school kids. Okay.
Grandson. This the one who thinks the sun shines in his ass, right?
A completely different class of people. So you got to get used to it. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Different mentality, different mindset. Their view in the world is different. You have to adapt and adjust with them.
This is your grandson you're speaking of, correct?
Say what?
This is your grandson you're speaking of.
Yes. Yeah. I'll tell you. I'll tell you in the background where because he just finished that school. I'll tell you in the background where he went.
All right. Cool.
I don't want to do it in public, is because I don't want people fucking with him. So I'll tell you in the background.
You're right.
But he just had to go through the last couple of years because he's going to school with kids whose parents make $100 million, okay, or worth $100 million, something like that. So he's had to adjust. You can't do what they do. Can't go on the same vacations they go on. Okay, yeah. I said we ain't got it. Your mama don't have the same kind of money that their mama has. Okay, got to get used to that. I said that's why you have to be you, and not worry about the other stuff that you can't control.
Yeah,
you get a real big lesson in class. I'm talking about real class. Okay, like, I'll tell you who is in the background. In fact, the person that runs the school is very famous. So,
keep quiet. Plead the fifth.
She's very.
PJs, come on now. Come on. I know. I brought you beads, and sometimes I am the problem child. I'm your problem child. But
email me. I'll tell you who it is. But I can't do it in open air.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes, I'm just making sure, hey, somebody got to watch out for you sometimes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he comes back speaking differently and eating differently, shit like that. So I can tell. I can hear it in the way you.
Oh, wait. You remember Ali Sadiq, the comedian?
Yeah.
He talks about his two sons, Trey and Hassan. And Hassan, the way Hassan conducts himself and everything, the way he talks, everything, he's very, very refined and everything. Father, I was pondering something. Ponder? Hassan, what are you pondering about? There was this one. This is when he let him spend the day with his mother because she was asking, "Can I take Hassan with you?" I said, "All right, please take him." When he was on the road, he got 14 missed calls. He knew what was going on.
Oh, okay.
Because his grandma took her son to a fish fry.
Oh, okay. He's not used to that. I remember
he grew up in a gated community, of course.
And insecure when Lawrence went to that picnic with his lower class girlfriend.
Oh yeah. Tasha.
Yeah. That's class.
Yeah.
In real life, okay. That's why he left early. Anyway.
Anybody
else want to get in?
That was not his scene.
Yeah, I would like to end it with saying I brought a renegade to my mom's house once.
Oh my! Okay. How did that work out?
So pleasant. She acts so pleasant, and I was just messing with her.
And she was, but she cornered you afterward, didn't she? Don't bring that girl to my house no more.
Leon, I got a similar story, but it doesn't involve me. It involves one of my family members. So I know.
The Leon got what you're not gonna do.
Okay? I'm petty. I'm childish. So I just did it for fun.
I know. And you got to talk, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
What you're not?
Wait a minute. Did she bring a Henny bottle too?
No,
she just looked at me. She called me over like a day or two later, and she just looked at me for like 15 minutes. I sat on the couch cheesing.
Yeah.
She's like, you better not get that girl.
No, the Rebel. When you you brought the Rebel with you, did she bring a Henny bottle with you?
No,
King?
No. He wouldn't let that happen. No.
Yeah,
women know when they're in a higher class of women, they don't want to get there. So they're actually very quiet and demure.
Yeah.
And you have to remember, my mom's a retired E7 master's degree, federal government, FBI, CIA, all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so she's already intimidating to most women because she can read straight through them anyway. She's been dealing with soldiers forever.
Yeah. I mean, women know when they first walk into the house how they're greeted, about what class that they're in. They know. They pick it up real quick. And then you can actually see lower class women shrink when they get to a higher class. They sit in the corner. They, I'm good. I'm fine. How are you? I'm okay. They shrink real. They become real tiny.
And
it's actually funny.
Joke.
It's actually funny to see. Actually funny to watch.
It is.
It's entertaining. What are you talking about? It's entertaining.
It's kind of sad though, because
why is that?
Well, it's like a mouse being trapped in the room with cats.
You ain't shit, Uru. But you're right.
Only black people. Wait, hold a second. Yeah.
Or what they'll do is they'll just hook on to that dude and just kind of tightly follow him around wherever.
Follow him around. Yeah. Yep. Because I remember I was dating this chick, right? She worked for a yacht club, right? And so they gave them a party, right? So so I'm sitting next to one of the yacht club's owner's wives, okay, while he's doing his little speech and shit like that, right? We're having a conversation. My girlfriend is actually shrinking, like, oh my God, how are you talking to her? So we talked the same language. Her kids actually went to school with my kids. So I actually understand her. And we have a whole 30, 40-minute conversation, right? Me and her. And she's shrinking because she don't get what we're saying.
She felt inadequate, huh?
Like Ru said, it's like a mouse being in a room full of cats.
Where's
Mhm.
that clip? There's this
Only
clip
and
from
only
this
Black
movie.
Guru could do. Hold on a second. And only Black Guru could say it in such a way that a lot of us millennials would visualize a Tom and Jerry cartoon right there on the spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
But
I've
Thank you.
seen it happen a lot of times, where
Yeah.
it's clear, sometimes, young man, he's kind of, messing around with a girl from the quote wrong side of the tracks. Not necessarily a
Right.
They're not bad people.
not necessarily a bad girl or anything, but just, not from the same socioeconomic status or whatever, and they come in and they're maybe the
Tell us about it, Black Guru. Tell us about it.
He's giving the spiel because it happens all the time.
Well, maybe the house is particularly big, or there's Tiffany, lamps, whatever, that kind of stuff, and you can see on the visual, you can see on the expression of the young lady that this isn't an environment that she's accustomed to being in.
No.
And it just kind of shows, if you come up in that kind of environment, you're not really, stopping to really look around very much or anything like that. That's, probably how how your own home looks, or similar to that, or some other environment. But if that's new to you and it looks expensive and that sort of thing, women in particular are going to have an initial response to that, and other women are going to judge them.
Yes, yeah, immediately. Yeah. As soon as they walk in, where'd she come from?
Yeah, like, ooh, look how she was looking. Oh, look. She don't really know where she is, that sort of thing. So women can be, they can be deadly with that status thing. They can be deadly with that status thing.
Yeah. That's why where you fit. Women will tell you where you fit in the class structure real quick.
I gotta find this clip. It's from a movie from like the 70s or 60s, and this guy, he's talking like, I guess, Ebonics or whatever, and he's on an airplane, and the white lady flight attendant.
I talk
jive. Oh, you're talking about airplane. You're talking about jive.
Jive,
yeah, jive. Oh my God, that scene right
there. Yeah, the old lady translated for them everything. Just hang loose, young blood. What does he do, mama? Hey, Chomp, what you give me some slack? Chomp don't want the help. Chomp ain't got no sense anyway.
Say Black Guru, say BJS. That white lady who was translating, that was Barbara Billings. You know who that was?
Oh yeah.
That was Leaving the Beaver's mom.
That's what made me think of the conversation we're having. I know I saved it, but I already know what folder I saved that scene in because it was so funny. I was laughing. I watched it like 20 times.
Leon.
What's
if you think that was funny, that was funny, you should have seen the sequel. When that same brother who was sick on the plane, and they had him testify in the courtroom. They said, so you got to see it. Like, remember how they were when he came to the stand? It's like, these two, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Nothing but it, ain't nothing but a thing. Stop with the Bible. It's like, and the court reporter put on some glasses and started doing an impression of Stevie Wonder and everything. That was funny, just like the way he was asking. So please, in your own words, describe what happened on the plane. Oh, brother was on. Then he was just jiving and everything.
Yeah,
had to have a translate, had subtitles. Yeah,
Megan Thee Stallion got a real good lesson in class. Okay. Just by dating somebody in a different class of family.
Yeah.
On promise, BJS.
Really exposed that she didn't have no business being in that class by how she behaved after it was over.
Oh yeah. She proved the point.
Because Clay has been in and out of women going back to Washington University. But he has dealt with women who, kind of took their turn and then just kind of quietly walked into the night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to go further back.
Hey. She thought she found a Russell Wilson. That's what she thought she found.
Yeah.
A light-skinned Russell Wilson with the good hair.
No, but Clay and Russ are very different kind of dudes.
They are
very
different.
different kind of dudes.
They're very different kind of dudes, and Sierra and Megan Thee Stallion are different kind of women. They're not the same.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, they're very different too. People, I mean, if I understand, wasn't like Sierra's her father? Wasn't he an officer or a military guy?
Air Force.
Yeah, she's from a very traditional background. Yeah, I mean, obviously she did hip hop and ran around a little bit, but
R&B.
she has some basic training, so to speak, as more of a traditional wife and mother.
And guess who loved Russell Wilson? Her father.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did. Yeah.
So did he? Okay.
When they first met, he was right there.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he appreciated that Russ kind of laundered, or somewhat rehabilitated
her status. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I know Pops wasn't feeling that Future shit. That's for damn.
Oh no, God,
I know he was like, this shit done ran off the rails.
Yeah, you've gone a little bit too far. Yeah. And they're from the same area, Future and Sierra. They're from Atlanta.
Yeah, which I'm sure was probably part of it too. And maybe Future himself is somewhat of a recent concoction, in terms of
he was. He was a nerd. He was
versus what he presents himself.
Yeah, he was a nerd in high school.
Yeah. So now Sierra's a very different kind of girl, and Sierra never presented herself as just some hoe out here. She never, even if she was, behind the scenes, I don't know. I don't pretend to know or have kept track of that. She never publicly presented herself as some sort of sexual aggressive in the way that Meg Thee Stallion has,
Nah, it's a different thing with those two because like because Sierra, she's more R&B. She's an R&B singer and dancer, and she presents herself in a state that's somewhat.
The thing is, Megan Thee Stallion was actually raised in the projects by the gynocracy, right? Grandma, auntie, mama on welfare, blah 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 blah. Basically, and Sierra's raised by Air Force colonel, in Atlanta.
Yeah,
upper middle class
household.
I keep thinking that somebody made Clay do that. I can't see why he got with that girl.
Because the Punani's good. That's all.
Clay could have been in and out of there, with his status and his looks and whatever. He could have been in and out of there without having to go this route of pretending to actually be her work.
And sometimes you want the exposure is because she is, a pop star. She is a rap star, and you have a market that she notices. That's probably why you put up with it. But the thing is, it wasn't going to last. Everybody knew it.
Everybody knew it. It's the fact that guess what? Don't act like every nigga on this panel and every nigga on this goddamn chat never dated a hoe or tried to get a hoe.
I'm not judging him getting with her.
But bring it public. Took it public. That's the difference. Taking it public. Yeah. That's different.
Yeah,
public. That was,
and I don't think he would.
Hold on, Charles. Let him finish.
And given who and what he is, I don't think he would have had to do that. I think he could have just had his fun with her, and for a couple of weeks or a month or whatever, and then went on about his business. I don't know why he made a point of going public.
Okay, one is because she brings a market with her. That's probably one of the reasons. As publicists, it's good for your image, good for your market. That you expand your market because you are because you're not the most outward person in the NBA because that's not your personality.
In NFL.
No, NBA.
He's an NBA player, dude.
He's an NBA player.
You compare him to Russell. You compare him to Russell Wilson, though.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson,
very outgoing.
He's outgoing, and he clearly has missions and objectives.
Yes, he does.
Post football is
Yes, he does.
very clear, because didn't he just immediately after he retired, he took a gig, TV gig for CBS.
Yes.
So, Russell Wilson is a man on a mission. I get him, but Clay seemed like a surfer dude. I mean, he just never really seemed to be kind of, here trying to aggressively do something.
No. He's an NBA player. He's his mama's white, and he's just having fun. He's not out here.
And dad's Bahamian.
He's not black. He's not like black boule like like Russell.
No, he's not black boule.
He's trying to get a blackitize his image a little bit and have fun at the same time.
The thing is, the thing is just like anything else, and Uri can tell you, he actually was a politician, right? You're trying to get into a different market segment. That's why he
especially because he plays for the Mavericks. He plays for the Mavericks. He's in Texas.
The tough part about doing that today is the women are so uncouth.
They are.
You mentioned, because not only do you have a difference of sort of upbringing between Sierra and Meg, you have a generational difference.
Yeah.
And that generational difference is huge, because even in prior, for example, we would expect more decorum from, let's say, Little Kim or Foxy Brown than we would these girls, even though they did the kind of risque rap thing, but there's still that sort of baseline, decorum and etiquette. But in this current generation, it's none of that training at all.
Yeah.
How do you think none of them are married?
It's because the guys who would marry them, they don't want. That's all.
Look at every chick that you see that's 40 and 35 or 30 that got married. They married men that are significantly lower than them.
Of course, if you want to take a step down, look at Rihanna and all those other people. They took a step down.
Look at Nicki Minaj. She took a step. She went down. She didn't even take a step. She's in the vestibule.
That was her high school boyfriend. That's different.
Okay, that explains that.
I wouldn't say Rihanna took a step down.
She did,
but I don't know.
She's a billionaire. She's a billionaire.
But if you base it off of that, solely that, but it's like, at what point does being rich and the number of how rich you are matter? It's like,
I think and Rihanna is, I think that dude.
He's pretty smart.
I think.
He's debated.
Hold on. Okay, y'all can't talk at once. Who's first?
When you talk about that thunderstruck phenomenon, I think that's what exists in reverse between them. I think he got her thunderstruck.
It could be, and also he's willing to play the what? He want to play the beta in this relationship.
Well, not only that, but it's like he's debated at Harvard before. He's fashion model. One of my his first CD is one of my favorites. That was an amazing CD. But he makes money in modeling and everything else. So it's kind of like what I'm saying is that what number does that? You know what I'm saying?
In other words, he could be all that, but the thing is,
she's a sinner.
If she married a billionaire or somebody close to that be her level, okay, he's not at that level.
Even if he's worth $1 million,
he's not as famous or worth nowhere near the amount of money that she is. Okay,
that's the equivalent of marrying somebody who's a manager at McDonald's, but you're a goddamn high-priced downtown lawyer.
Yeah.
Well, but here's the other thing about Rihanna. Rihanna's not FBA. She's not American. So she don't necessarily have that same. She don't necessarily have that same. She may not have that same perspective about social status, maintenance, or focus. That because even though she is wealthy and whatever, she probably in some ways still have a more of a traditional view of man, woman than
she
what her FBA peers were at.
She does, but Rocky plays the beta role. Okay, he does.
If this tells you what it is. If she really believed that, they would have been married.
Yeah.
So she doesn't have the. She's not too far off from America.
Like Kanye had to play the beta role with Kim. It was worth his while, but he had to play the beta role.
Yeah. It was worth it was a blow to his ego, but hey, he had to play the role.
You want to get out of debt, and they were paying $67 million to play the beta role. You played it.
Not everybody gets to be a stepman.
No, that's true. Well, Ur knows about. Well, Ur was better than that. So Ur could have been a stepman.
I always, from Kanye thing, I just, Kanye had and still has the status of being Kanye.
Yeah.
So regardless of the money, he's considered this artistic great. When you're this artistic great, that affords a status that's sort of transcended to money. It's like if, to make an exaggerated point, if you got with like a Michael Jackson or a Mozart or something like that, where they have a transcended status, that goes beyond whatever money anybody has.
Kanye West did not run his relationship. He played the beta role. He didn't run that relationship. She did. Her and her mama ran the relationship.
I would agree with that, but understand, she specifically wanted Kanye because he was Kanye.
Because he was Kanye. Yeah. Of course.
And that's the point I'm making.
Same reason Russell picked Sierra.
Yes.
It makes sense. Sierra. James, you want to jump in, or who else is on the line?
Yeah. I just wanted to say, just real quick, thank you for your advice. You had said a good move for brothers to make was really to get a trade.
Yeah.
And then get into tech on the side.
Yes.
And that was about 6 months to a year ago. Like I went to barber school, and I'm a barber now. I'm making way more money than I've ever did. And now I'm going to school to get my BA in cybersecurity and cloud computing.
Oh, good.
It's literally
good for you.
And it's literally, I'm in Theo's courses now, man. I'm just here to say thank you for that. That's like literally the best advice that I've probably ever had in the last couple of years.
Yeah. Let me play this one for you, man. That's what I play for all you guys, man.
Yourself the goal. Can I run it all?
Thank you.
You see that? Driving, digging, determination. That defines all the stuff I've been through.
That's for you, man. Can I run a dog?
I appreciate that, and I just came up here to say that. Like, thank you for your.
Man, you had to do the work. Okay, you had to take the information and do the work, man. Thank yourself. You pulled yourself out of that shit. Okay.
Yep, and like I said, like your content is definitely helping us. Like I know we're in the background listening to a lot. Like a lot of guys, you're changing lives. Like I want to let you know that for sure.
Appreciate
like for sure. Thank you. And I loved your video a couple of days of the Black label marriages. That was a great video.
A lot of guys don't like that video, man. They don't like that.
I loved it. Because I'm a fan of CGA, and I kind of come from his camp, so I get it. I get it. So yeah. So thanks. I just want to let you guys know, but like, thank you for everything you guys do. That's it.
I appreciate you, man. Okay. Yep. Anybody else want to jump in before we get out of here?
I just, I'm just like, I had to say this on my channel sometimes. I'll be like, damn, some motherfuckers don't know this shit. You're like 45. Like sometimes it's just.
Everybody don't have the same experience that you have, Charles. You went through it. You guys can go through the same experience.
And Charles, you know more than most. Some motherfuckers just like to ice skate uphill.
I like to tell them that my boss going away, get the fuck off the front porch.
What is this?
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Yeah. You got to get off the front porch, but you're thinking,
You
like,
remember
there's
that
some
one,
shit.
BGS?
Oh yeah.
That's a classic.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and this is for Charles.
Hey, yo, lesson here, babe. You come at the king, you best not miss.
No. I tell people all the time. I said, look, you can't complain about the. You either do two things about the game. You don't play, or you play to your strengths. These are two things you're gonna do. Like there's one chick who got mad with me, and you so rude. No, bitch, you asked to come with me.
Yeah.
You called your ride. I was like, shit, I had a happier time. Like, and then she's checking on me. I said, first and foremost, you already disrespected once or twice. You're lucky I still speak to you. Now, what do you really want? Well, I want to spend time with you to see if there's some things. I said, I don't have. And if I'm telling you or showing you, I really don't have feelings. Well, you're calling me over to like I want to cuddle. What, naked? Like, what are you calling me for? 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Just cuddle. I'm like, what are you paying? What am I getting paid for?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What am I getting? What am I benefiting?
Yeah.
I'm trusting. My dick is on the stock exchange. I mean, what am I getting paid? Like seriously, she got mad. Oh, you're so rude. No, I'm not rude. I'm nonchalant because I can't. I don't have to cuss you out to hurt you. All I got to do is act like you're just any other person to me, and that's what women hate.
I ain't got to kill you.
I ain't got to save you either.
Yep. All right. Anybody else want to jump in before we get out of here?
I just want to say, as usual, y'all ain't shit, never been shit, and there will be shit, and God bless you for it. So let's make sure that this is a shit-free zone. And BGS, remember the mantra. Repeat it after me. Repeat it after me. I am too old for this bullshit.
You know what?
Come on, repeat it with me.
I'm too old for this bullshit.
Yeah. No, you said it wrong. You said it wrong. How you supposed to say bullshit?
Bullshit.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well,
Thank you, Daddy.
Someone called for bullshit, paging bullshit.
Paging bullshit. Mr. Bull, can you please show up to the lobby?
Hey, sometimes
it's pronounced bullshit.
You gotta learn how to turn that bullshit into fertilizer.
Goddammit! Sometimes bullshit is just bullshit, man.
Oh, that is true. You know, like what's up, bro? What's the problem?
Oh man.
What's the problem y'all got with women? Women?
The thing is, women have a problem with women. That's the biggest problem. Okay.
In the words of the greatest red pill teacher of all time, Al Bundy, I will be his name.
Yeah.
Ed O'Neill.
Women always understand women.
Yeah.
That's why they hate each other.
Yeah. Like men don't have a problem with boss space. Boss space have a problem with men. Because they're the ones complaining. They're the ones complaining. We're not complaining about that. So they're the ones complaining.
They're cosplaying up. I said, I naturally exude what you're trying to portray.
I mean, I would love to complain about not playing for the Lakers. Okay. I'd love to complain about that. But guess what? I don't qualify. It is what it is. Okay. I'm not going to be bench pressing 450 pounds like Charles. Okay. Don't work that way. I didn't put in.
You can't even palm the ball.
5'10", but who's counting?
Shut the fuck up, Charles.
I'm a try.
Shut the fuck up, Charles. Shut the fuck up, Mongo.
Hey, Tom, shut the fuck up. Hey, Tom, shut the fuck up from the Boondocks. No, from the Boondocks. Remember, Tom, shut the fuck after he was doing after he did his Usher rendition.
Yep.
Tom, shut the fuck up. Riley, I don't need you talking that language in the house. Hey, Tom, shut the fuck up.
Anyway.
BGS. All this considered, because you mentioned Rihanna and ASAP.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna look at this motherfucker and just say one thing, because I've forgotten about 2019.
Yeah.
And I would look at him and say, be thankful you weren't arrested. You weren't arrested in Denmark or in Norway, man. It could have been a whole lot worse.
Yeah, well, you know.
Then again, he probably between Rihanna and jail time. Which would you rather have?
Yeah, well, he played the right. He made the right move. That's why he's still there. He made the right move.
That's
I mean,
hey.
you
Oh,
gotta
in
think.
fact, he made such a right move. I remember, just like during the pandemic, he had an endorsement deal, was doing ads for Klarna.
Yeah.
And that's how Klarna got into the U.S. market because of him.
Because Chris Brown ain't looked back since Rihanna left. Not once.
No.
You know, women
Not
are
once.
on him even more now. The women are paying him money. They're up on stage doing fake sexual rituals.
No. He ain't hurting because them bitches are paying $1,000 to take pictures with him.
That's what he just said. That's what he's just saying. Anybody else want to jump in?
You know, BJS, to move on to other things.
Real quick. We ain't got all night.
And in regards to how much of your gamer, BJS, but there's a lot of backlash with Sony now, the suits and looking at these agreements. How long you think the gamer committee is going to uphold to try to fight some that might be a losing battle?
What'll happen is another corporation will come in and take their market. That's what's going to happen.
Okay.
That's what'll happen until another because Sony's Japan, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, it's Japan.
Yeah, Japanese.
The Chinese will come in and take that market. That's what's probably going to happen.
I'm gonna tell you what the
One time. Go ahead.
So you're saying, BJS, how China is now, and Japan is different. That they're going to swoop them up if it gets too difficult.
Where the PlayStations and shit made at? As we speak.
I gotta look at it because
I know where they're made. They're made in China, man. Not made in Japan. They're made in China.
That's a problem.
They're assembled in China. Yeah.
Oh, that's a problem.
No, they're made. The chips and everything else is made in China. Okay,
yeah, that's a big problem.
Right,
that's a big problem.
I thought they were manufactured in Japan.
No, they weren't. All this shit is manufactured in China.
So if the people uphold just to keep physicality and Japan, Sony Corporation, especially one that sold his stock, it's going to stand firm. I don't know how this is going to look.
If the Chinese wanted to take the market, they probably could. That's probably what's going to wind up happening if Sony gets too far out there. Some little Chinese company will actually come in and start taking their market.
How long do you think that will be? Like a projection?
It could be 5 years if it actually gets. It's already rolling in the background. They're already doing it on the side anyway with the little handheld shit. Okay. If they really want to take the market, they could do it within 5 years.
Oh, that long? I thought it was gonna be like under a year, depending how things are.
No, you have to.
But because it's 2028, but yeah,
you can make the machine. You have to build the market. It takes a little bit longer to build the market.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all. Anybody else?
Oh, and did you heard of a book or read a book titled "Manipulate Man" by Esther Veller?
That book has been around since the 70s. Yeah, I've read it. And I actually saw her interviewed by I think it was
Alex Schwarzer in German. Are you talking about the German?
No, you're talking about Esther Villar actually interviewed by what's your name on the Tonight Show.
Oh, she was on the Tonight Show.
Oh, Johnny Carson?
Johnny Carson in 1972 or 3, something like that.
Oh wow!
She's been around a long. That book's been around a long time.
Hey,
that book is like now 50-something years old. It's over 50 years old now. It's like, was it 73, 74 that book came out?
I was in middle school when I actually saw Esther Villar being interviewed.
Hey, y'all have a good night. That's noticeable time.
All right, good people. All right, good people. Closing thoughts. We ain't got all night. Chaos. I've been up here 2 hours. Okay.
I was looking on Amazon and it's not there, but I look at the resource. So I want to
look at Internet Archives. It's an old book. It's up there somewhere.
Yes,
it's part of a trilogy of books. Chaos.
It should be online for free.
No, I check it. I want you had to buy the physical book. They don't have it.
Yeah, the Manipulated Man should be online for free. That's where I got it. Okay.
I looked good just before coming on here. And I couldn't find it.
Okay. All right. If you look it up,
I'll help you find it if you want. I'll help you find it.
Please.
If not, you should be able to go on Amazon and buy one of the older copies. Okay. It's been around that long.
Yes,
for like
for
less than $5. All right. All right.
Bye.
All right, good people. We out. Okay. Which one do I play? Okay.
Good evening. Your time now is 10:52. I'm Jeanette Reyes. We told you at 7:52. I don't want to hold you. We told you at 8:52. Don't let me keep you. This just into our newsroom. You are not obligated to go to your place of residence as your final destination, but it certainly cannot be here.
All right, good people. Peace and blessings. Okay.
What can I say? Mamba out.